we are.
Oh wow, I didn't click on far away. Hi everyone.
Hey guys,
Is it on?
how you doing? It is on. It should be on. We are on. I believe we are on.
What's all this white?
That's all
what
it
is
is
that?
white. That's my hood.
What is that?
I'm hooding it. I've got a hood.
You sure?
There
I
is
think it just
Sonia.
started, yeah.
Welcome all.
Hi,
Please give a
Sonia.
thumbs up. Sonia's the best.
Hi Sheila. Hi Sonia. Hi Robin. Great to see you guys.
George,
Hi, Melanie.
more shenanigans.
Hi,
There's
George.
always more shenanigans. We have soup
Georgie.
shenanigans. Hot matzo ball soup. Danette, spill the soup on the thing. There's Stephen Fox.
Hi,
How you
Steven.
doing?
All right.
How you doing, Stephen? Robin, Danny D.
Hi Danny.
Of course, Mr. George Lopez. Myrna Bergen,
Hi,
the
Myrna.
champ in the house. Returning champion, Myrna Bergen.
Bowls.
Returning
How does
champion.
that look, guys?
Bowls.
Keep
There it
talking,
is.
don't stop.
Returning champion,
Hi,
Myrna
Robert.
Bergen. Returning champion, Robert Kozinski.
Not quite so big
Returning
as at the
champion,
Ritz.
Sonia J. Returning champion, Classy.
All champions. Hi
We are
Classy.
all returning champions here. In there for the win, Sheila Giganti, returning champion, and Stephen Fox, returning champion. Once more into the breach we go, right here, wherever we are.
What you eating? We're
What you eating?
Nothing yet, but we just got our
we
matzo
eating nothing
ball
yet. We do have our soup.
And of
It's
course,
balls.
coffee.
Balls, guys, balls. And
I have a question though
That
before
soup
we
is
go any
hot.
further. Can you hear us? Because it's kind of far.
can you hear us all right? The phone is kind of far away. I can move it a little closer to me so that my
Georgie.
face will be
Georgie.
even more ginormously huge.
We could put it a
Get
little
us.
closer.
I have a.
Let's see if we could do it a little closer. Just a little. Hold on. How's that? Oh, they could hear us perfectly.
You can hear us perfectly.
All right, how's that?
Well,
Is that a little
good.
better?
Robert, we can hear you. Robert
Sounds
says he
great.
can
Okay,
hear us.
good.
And now you can see me even better, and you can see Danette even better. Look, we moved it to the
Hi,
right
Triple
place.
G.
Triple G.
Hey, Triple G, we missed you on the Bronx.
We missed you on the
live.
Bronx Live.
Glad
We
to
needed
see you
some
here,
time
though.
with you. Alex Garay, how you doing? Did you guys stay the night in Connecticut, or did we drive home? Quick sip. Alex asked,
Hi, Alex. What?
did we stay the night in Connecticut, or
Yes,
did
we
we drive
did.
home? We did stay the night in Connecticut, Alex.
Why'd you have to ask me?
I didn't ask you. I just told you what Alex asked. I'm not asking you for advice. I was there too.
What happened was, we stayed up so late. We were up until the wee hours of the morning with our friends.
3 hours with our
the
friends
band.
Pete and Pam, who were with the band.
And some
We're very
family.
rarely with anybody with the band.
Right, and we had such a good time. We were up so late, and then so we would actually. I would like to apologize that that we were really going to do an afternoon live today, right, Anthony?
Yeah, this was actually supposed to be an afternoon live,
Hi, Lila. Great to see you.
but the net was pretty much wrecked. I wasn't so great either.
So we got home not too long ago, and yes, Sheila. Hi, Arlene. Good to see you. I'm looking at my phone here, so if I'm looking down, that's what it is.
Everyone, as you can see, if you've ever noticed, there's a mannerism that I do when we're doing live streams, when I'm looking at the phone that has the picture on it. You know, the filming phone, where I go like this to read stuff. You do understand, it is, of course, my progressive lenses here.
Sure, blame it on the progressive.
I got a
know.
progressive lenses, advanced age, poor eyesight, whatever you want to call it.
No, it's the progressive. Hi, Colleen. Good to see you.
Long before I was old, I had these glasses.
The 80s songs are still ringing in your ear.
Yeah?
We had such a ball
I'm
yesterday.
so glad. We had
It was
like a
amazing.
grand old time. It was fun and a half.
Hi, Heather.
Hi,
Good
Heather.
to see you again.
Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Perlman.
Marilyn,
How's
how
things
is it
where
today?
you are? How's the
Did your
stuff?
electricity
How's your
come on?
power? How's the power over there? Alicia, how you doing?
Hi, Alicia.
It looked like a full concert.
Oh,
Look,
it
oh no,
was. fun
Whoops.
concert.
We have
said
all the
fun.
progressives, same boat. We all have progressives, so you all understand what I'm talking about. How is
Matzo
Marilyn's
ball.
power?
Oh, I didn't see her answer.
Did Marilyn answer? Maybe
No,
she didn't
not
answer
yet.
yet. Marilyn, how's the electricity?
Yes,
Colleen,
Arlene, it's matzo ball. It was fun,
it's
right,
delicious.
Robin?
It was so much
I had
fun.
so much
And yes, it
fun.
was like a full concert,
Hi,
Robert.
Ron TV Metro.
Ron TV Metro, another one of our
I
returning
got my
champions.
glasses, Ron. Got our power back, but lots of
She's
people
got her
still without.
glasses.
Roads were filled with downed trees, but thank heavens I'm fine. Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad
That's
to
what
hear
counts. That's what counts.
that. Sheila said she can't hear anything, see anything.
What counts
either.
in the end is
Okay,
power
that's
can
okay.
go back on, trees can be replanted, houses can be rebuilt, people can't be replaced. You're what matters first and foremost,
Absolutely.
Marilyn.
Well
People
said,
like you.
Anthony. So the matzo balls are just 2 balls when you get a bowl. If you get a cup, it's 1 bowl. And then the rest is just consomme. See this? It's just liquid. It's just chicken liquid, chicken soup. And his
What did
thumb
Robert say?
is in the way. Here we go.
I even have
I'm
hundreds
showing
of
my
cassettes.
liquid, and there's the big thumb. You guys saw that, right?
All right, I'm sorry about
There's the
that.
liquid. See?
That's because I did that because like the camera's on that side closest to me.
You guys said such nice things last night. We really appreciate it. We did not watch the live stream back yet. 'cause
We didn't even read
didn't
half
get a
of
chance
it.
to.
I don't know if you know
The
it.
chat didn't come up right away. Too was up a little late today.
I don't know if you know it.
George.
We actually do always watch all these things over again. And sometimes
some?
when it's one of
You
those,
want some, Sonya? You want some? Don't get distracted. Keep talking.
sometimes when it's one of those 4-hour live streams, that's a little difficult. It's hard for me to watch myself for 4 hours.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you so much. Hey, Jay Z. Good to see you.
Jay-Z, how you doing?
Hey, do you need to use this to see? Because I think you're having trouble seeing. So why don't we just go here? And then you could look here too. If you miss something there, just look here, okay?
Oh, wait, thank you.
Anthony, I
Where the
did
fuck
not know
are
you such a good dancer.
You didn't know I was such a good dancer. I have a lot of skills.
Exhibit A. Did you see that, everyone? Sheila, did you see that? Sonia, did you see that? Exhibit
What?
A.
What did I do?
Nothing. You fine. Good boy. Good guy.
My dancing skills have very rarely been on display. And that may have been the second time I danced since the wedding.
Oh, thank you, Robin. That's so nice. Anthony, she said she appreciates us sharing it with you. But George, what's a California burrito? Is it different from any other kind of burrito? Does it have extra guac in it? Like what?
Now, what
makes
is
it that?
what makes a burrito a California burrito?
Hi, Ian. Hi, Randy. Good to see you guys.
Ian, Randy, how you
Ian
doing,
said that last
Randy?
night reminded him of Live Aid in 1985. Really? Hi, Jennifer Herring. Oh, thank you. She enjoys watching us both. Great to see you here in the chat.
Jennifer Herring, thank you so
Everybody,
much.
welcome
If
Jennifer.
Everyone say hi to Jennifer. She's
Robert, my
new
heart
to
throb.
us.
Look at Randy.
Robert,
You
my
guys are
heart
crazy.
throb.
Hi, Brittany. Great
Brittany
to see you.
Dean, thank you for arriving. We love to see you.
Last night was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good time with us. Melanie,
Oh, okay, Melanie. The Dinah sells the cream of turkey on Sunday.
not also Monday.
Not here. Here? No. Just Sunday.
Here they have it on Sunday and Monday.
Ooh.
I'm
Cream
pretty
of turkey
sure.
is like my favorite. Well, no, matzo ball is my favorite.
You know
That
how
might
much
be
soup I've spilled on my shirt
Dirt
already
on the shirt.
while I'm eating here.
I'm curious to see
can't-
what is a California burrito.
I'm just drinking it.
Aw, that's so nice, Marilyn.
This is the way you drink your soup. Is that Lawrence? How you doing, Lawrence?
Lawrence is in there. I don't see
Lawrence
him.
Jones.
Hi, Lawrence.
There he is.
Hey,
There's the man.
Lawrence.
How you feeling, Lawrence?
Ian says anything to do with the 80s, I'm all for it. Jennifer says, hi, all such nice people. Yes, we have the best people in our chat. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. We just do. Hi, Dave Jeffrey.
Dave Jeffrey. Dave, how's it going? Some amazing slides and some great cool videos that Dave is always filming over in the Niagara Falls area. Anybody that's not subscribed to Dave Jeffrey NF, head on over to his channel, subscribe to him. We got to help him get some more people seeing what he's doing. If
That's
any
an
of the
excellent
mods
question, Robin.
can check out Dave's channel, drop
Sandra,
his link
hi,
in the
love
chat.
matzo
Drop his
soup.
link in the channel, cause he's a good guy.
What was that?
Oh, waitress. What? Sipping the soup? Having the soup?
Thank you, Lila. California burrito normally have carne asada, pico de gallo, and sometimes French fries with cheese. Oh, that sounds delicious. Hi, waitress.
That sounds pretty
French
darn
fries
good.
I don't really like French fries in a sandwich. He does. I don't. But it's not like I can't.
French
eat it.
fries always, George says. Always with the French
Wow,
fries.
what does it do?
It's amazing. It sounds like people in California know what they're doing in their burrito technology.
All right. So Robin asked, "Does your family watch us?" Well, you know my aunt does.
Now that's a loaded
I
question.
know, that's why I said that was a great question.
Do they or don't they? It's a conundrum.
We don't
It's
really
hard
know.
to know. We don't really know. We don't really know. Sometimes it's like you know what it is? Thank you very much, Classy. Thank you very much.
Wait, French fries on a salad is good? I
And
don't
thank
think
you,
I've never tried
Sonia.
that.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you very much, Classy.
Thank you,
Thanks
Sonia.
for putting Dave in there. Dave is a good guy, and anybody that hasn't checked him out, check him out.
Man, you gonna order any chili?
Am I gonna? They actually have chili. Who asked that, Randy?
I did.
Oh, you did. Chili's very close to soup, though. But let me tell you, this place has some ass-kicking chili. They serve it both with rice and also over pasta sometimes as a special. Their chili over pasta, it's like a Mexican bolognese. or rather, I should probably say more like Southwestern bolognese.
Oh, Pittsburgh salad has French fries. Oh,
They put fries in a lot
oh,
of things.
Colleen, that's so sweet.
What did Colleen
Colleen
say?
said, Danette, I watch you guys. You are part of my family.
Oh, thanks, Colleen.
So, we all know Aunt Angela watches us and her children. But to be completely fair,
Yes,
to
we
be
know Aunt
completely
Angela
honest,
watches. We know
joking
her
aside.
her kids watch.
What's going on? What is going on here? What's this?
I got a thing going on
What is
here with
that?
my shirt. I'm also covered in soup, by the way. I spilled
Well,
so
but you
much
picked
soup.
the whole bowl up.
I know.
How
I
could you
know.
make-
That wasn't when I spilled it. That wasn't when I spilled
Okay,
it.
wait. Let me answer the question. To be completely honest, we have not told our entire.
We haven't
family.
told all of them.
Some of
We've
the
told
people
a
that
few.
we told don't even bother to
They're like,
watch it.
I
So
don't
that's
know.
what
I'm
kind
not
of
sure.
discouraged us.
Yeah. Some of them kind of have like almost that attitude of like, I would subscribe to you, but I'd have to take my phone out of my pocket. It's so much work. Oh my God, the phone is freaking heavy. I don't know. You mean I gotta go to YouTube app and I have to hit subscribe?
Well, they don't have to subscribe. They could just
So
watch.
much. You find yourself going, but as we would like to say,
Oh
as
wow, George, that sounds delicious. A stack of French fries, nacho cheese on the bottom, topped with guacamole, sour cream, and jalapenos. Oh, it sounds delicious.
that sounds good. Need one of those now.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, you could get the quesadilla if you want.
I could get the quesadilla.
All right,
Make
good. What were you
yourself a
saying?
dang
Don't forget what you
quesadilla.
said.
Yes, I was gonna say it's
Oh, yeah,
anybody
that
that
sounds
might be
good, too.
watching, both family members, non-family members, people that are watching that are non-subscribers, because we get those analytics. There's a lot of people who watch who aren't subscribed. Anybody who's watching now or later on who isn't
I
subscribed,
think it's half of the
do
people
us a
that watch
favor.
us.
It makes it easy. It makes us. It's encouragement for us to like
Alicia,
subscribe.
you're thinking about
It's for
adopting a
free.
dog? That's amazing.
It's totally for free. You can click the notification bell and you could be watching right now. I might be watching right now. Who's that, Clancy? That's right. You might actually be watching
Right now.
Right now, if you were like a subscribed. I think Classy already is subscribed. I think you.
Hi,
Sonia
Yuri,
got the
Ed. Good to see
Sonia
you.
got the reference. Sonia
We're
got
good.
the
How
reference.
are you doing, Yuri?
Hey Yuri, how you doing? Sonia got the reference. Sonia said Napoleon Dynamite. That's right.
That's right.
Make yourself a dang quesadilla.
Hi, Owen Meyer. Great to see you. Welcome in.
Oh,
Good
and
to
welcome
see
to
you.
the crew.
Hi.
It's nice to see you. Danny D. Let's see. Was her waitress? Did I say hi to her waitress? If I didn't
Yes,
say
you
hi to
did.
you, a waitress.
Now the thing about their
I'm
soup.
throwing it.
No,
I'm
you
throwing
did.
it
I
out
heard
there.
the thing about their liquid. That's why you were coughing. Is what they do.
It's a lot of
I
white
just
pepper
said
in it.
coughing. Did you hear that?
Yeah, she was coughing.
Anyway,
If you
it's a lot
cough
of
too
white
much, you
pepper,
might wind
so
up in your
can't
coffin.
see the pepper, but there's white pepper, and it's when you get to the bottom,
White.
it's really like a lot sits at the bottom.
It's white pepper. Tonight, I didn't get a coffee.
A coffee? You don't say coffee.
Tonight, I didn't get any coffee. Danette got coffee.
I can't help
I didn't
it.
get any coffee. Tonight, I didn't get any
Hi,
coffee.
Joseph
I went with a
Taylor.
7
Hi,
of 0. Joe Taylor, how you doing there, Joseph? Pam, there's the flautist.
Pam.
The flautist
There
is in the
she
house.
is,
Say
the
hello
flautist
to.
and the
Say hello with the and the bassist, the bassist
bassist.
slash flautist.
There's part
Pam,
of the band.
say hello to the band.
Wasn't she amazing
to the
last night?
bandmate.
Tell her, everyone.
Tell her how good she
Coffee,
is.
that's right. Having my coffee.
Tell her how good she is and how good Mr. Pete
Randy says,
was
Anthony,
as
you
well.
didn't say hi to me. I'm drowning in sorrow.
Randy, I don't want you to die of sadness.
George,
Please.
George,
What did
George.
George
I have no
say?
clue who is Joseph Taylor. What an ass.
I have
You're an
no
ass
clue
like
who he
him.
is. Joseph Taylor.
Georgie.
Joseph Taylor. George knows who Joseph Taylor is. We
No,
all
you
know
can't
that.
find matzahs in a can, but you can find
You can't.
the Manischewitz matzo
In
ball
a
soup
jar.
in a jar. But it really doesn't taste that good. I mean, it's not authentic. It's like, it's like getting dolmades in a can. It's not the same.
Yes.
Maybe that's not a good example, but it's true.
George knows who Joseph Taylor is. He knows.
I know,
Joseph
Anthony,
Taylor
it's a
was our
joke.
24th president.
Pam, you killed it. That's right. She did.
She did. She
Love
killed
the
it. She
Rickenbacker.
slammed it. She crushed it.
She crushed it.
Right there.
She was great last night. They were all great. You need to go to Jackson Hall in East Hyslop. They make the best lobster bisque. Oh, that's a challenge.
Who said that? Which one?
That was Yuri A. We'll have to
Jackson
check that
Hall?
out. Jackson Hall.
All in East Isaac. But lobster bisque sounds good. We are lobster bisque connoisseurs.
Well, when you go to the Nordic,
We've been to the Nordic. The Nordic is ridiculous because nobody's going to do that what they do. It's about the most ridiculous lobster bisque I ever had is in the Nordic. They drop in a full claw inside the soup.
Pam says Anthony singing along was pretty damn good. Really? I have to check that out and make my own decision about that. We haven't heard yet.
I don't do that bad when I don't
He's a-
have her
Yeah, 'cause you-
toniness, her pitchiness,
Toniness?
her pitchiness throwing me off.
I was in Glee Club. I took singing lessons. You did not.
She was in Glee Club. I was on the show Glee.
Is Pete in here too?
Is Pete in there too? Is he silently watching?
Wait.
What?
Well,
I
there's
thought I
somebody
saw
named
Pete a
Pete.
second ago.
I don't see him.
I thought there's a
he wants a
Pete.
knish.
You want a knish
Pete
because
told
they
us
ain't getting
last
no
night about
knishes where
how
you
he-
live.
He lives in a place that's knishless.
It's knishless.
So now he's craving it. Meanwhile, I could buy you one next door. There's one store there. There's one. So they probably make it right here. Probably not, but
If there was where Pete lives,
Pete, next time we meet up, I'm gonna bring you a whole load of knishes. I promise.
Bring your knishes. Where Pete lives, if there was a Yona Schimmel on the corner,
George.
nobody there would be able to pronounce the words.
Wow, Randy says, Pam, when I was in high school, I was the best miniature harmonica player in my class, but I was the only one in my class. Pete
There's
says,
nothing
yes.
like a miniature.
Okay.
Miniature
You gotta get 'em
harmonic. You need
knishes.
one of them tiny
I would
ones?
bring you a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, but, you know.
I don't know if
you
it'll
can't
travel that
with
distance.
Oh my God, I could get
I'm
that
gonna
right
quick
now.
freeze it. Randy lives in a pineapple under the sea.
Have you gone to Kanishnosh at Kanishkanosh in Forest Hills? How come that sounds familiar? I think we saw
Does
that
sound
somewhere,
familiar.
but I don't think we went.
We
probably
haven't been,
passed it.
but I think we
Anthony
passed
was
it.
dancing. Yeah, a little.
I did my
Gorman's
best.
Hot Dogs on Fordham Road. Wow, you guys are giving all the good suggestions.
Gorman's Hot Dogs on Fordham Road.
Yes, we have. We've gone like about 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. We went to I
What's
forgot
the name of
it.
that place on Cross Bay Boulevard?
It's famous. It's like the
Somebody
Clam
throw
Bar or
out
something.
Lenny's Clam Bar.
Yeah, that's it.
Lenny's Clam Bar.
I think
We ate
that's what
there
it's
once.
I got deathly ill the next day.
I did not say it. I
being
didn't
honest.
say it. I didn't say
But I
it.
did. I got sick.
Danette
I mean, it
was
tasted good. I don't know why I got
tasted
sick.
pretty good, but let me tell you,
I
Danette was
sick.
not well.
We're not going to go into
Pete,
how
check
sick.
out Gabalas. You can get those. Actually, you might be able to get them mailed to him at least.
Wait a minute. What? Check out what?
Gabalas. You find them in the supermarket.
Yeah, they're in any
They might
Stop
be
and
able to
Shop.
mail them
But
to
they're
you.
not as good as the.
I know it's not like
Anthony,
a Knish
right
shop.
right over there is a hot dog guy and a halal guy. They both have them.
It might be. That's right. There's a hot dog guy
And
and,
then
a
it
halal
comes out
guy.
hot. You can't even hardly touch it.
can't hold it.
And you then cut it in half.
You're
put
rolling it
mustard
and
on
put
it.
the mustard in
I haven't
there.
had a Knish
That's
in
very
so
New
long.
Yorky.
Then I have
You know when you
round
put the
ones.
when you put the mustard and the sauerkraut in
What did
between.
Classy say? Check out the buzz. Oh, okay. So she's on the
Yes.
ball with that.
She's on the ball.
Is Don Peppy
She's
worth the
trying-
return visit? Absolutely. Only because we didn't try everything. There's just too many things. And we
It
didn't
is.
try everything
It
that
is.
they're
I'm
known
gonna be.
for.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I
So we gotta go
realized
back.
that like we went that day. We just weren't in the mood for a
Tell
pasta
them Joe
dish.
sent you and get a glass of wine in the house. Lenny's. Go ahead. What
We're
were you
in
saying?
the
A
mood for pasta dish. But really, I realize in hindsight, I do realize
Classy gets it
it's
every
hard to
November.
go to Don Pepe and not get the linguine and clam, white linguine and clam in the white clam sauce, because that's really the famous dish, and I had to have gotten that. I didn't get it. And another dish that they're famous for
Oh.
is the veal Don Pepe.
Oh yeah, veal Don Peppy.
It didn't get the linguine and clam, and those are really the two main dishes that they're supremely known for at Don
Waitress, if you
Pepe's
go back to
Italian
our
restaurant.
video we did at Sally's, we did get a clam pie with Joseph Taylor at in New Haven, and it was very good. Actually, I thought that was the best, and I don't like clam pie only because I was basing it on Pepe's. I don't like Pepe's; it's too greasy and oily. But Sally's was delicious.
Joe's go-to
That was
pie.
the best, in my opinion. And I
Remember?
think you were right, Joseph. Yeah, he said the clam pie was the
The
one
clam
he
pie,
goes to. I agree
think,
with him.
is better
superior
at
to the other
Sally's.
ones. I mean, the other ones were
clam
good
pie is
too,
better
but-
at Sally's. I'm not 100% sure about the other pizzas, but you
No,
know,
they
it's a
were
personal.
good. It's just that we're
it's a
from
personal
the Bronx.
feeling.
We, it's
It's
like,
a personal
Yeah,
feeling about
it's
it.
different.
But the clam pie compared to
But they're still
Pepe's,
good.
I boldly predict is a better clam
right. The
pie.
round is kasha. You're right. Thanks.
Anybody goes over there,
correcting
tries
me.
both.
I like
You'll
the spinach
see
and the broccoli.
that
And
if you
mushroom.
try both of them, you'll see that Sally's, I believe, is a superior pie to Frank Pepe as far as
Yeah,
the clams
classy.
go.
So the linguine
Johnny
with clam-
Azaria TV in
Hi,
the house.
Johnny.
How you doing, Johnny? Another great guy who does wonderful
Pie,
driving
Pam
tours
says.
and tours of places around
acquired
the city.
taste.
Johnny's got a great channel. Anybody else wants to check out, click check out Johnny's channel. If any of our moderators can
I
toss
thought-
Johnny's link in the chat
I
also,
thought
that would
Pepe's
be great.
clam pie was thinner, but wasn't dry at all. It was greasy and oily and garlicky. It
I
was
didn't find it
horrible.
dry. No, I always found this
But
to
then
be
maybe
dry.
it was when we went.
But Danette doesn't.
I'm not a big clam pie
Danette
person.
doesn't
That's
really
why I
like the clam
Sally's. I was
pizza.
surprised.
It's not her bag.
But look, I want you to read what Joseph said.
What did
He
Joe
says that
say?
we have to come to New Haven on a Friday and try the best lobster bisque and crab
Crab
bake
bake.
at Scarpolini's. We'll check
Were
that out.
were they
That sounds
across the
good.
street? We were near them, right?
I don't remember.
I think we drove past them, Scarpolini's, or we saw them. They're right on that road, right, Joe?
Yeah, Pepe's is awesome, Pam. It's good. I like Pepe's too. I just don't like their clam pie.
And just in
Thank you,
case
Classy, for
just in
dropping the
case you're
link.
worried, if we run low on power, I have my power
I don't
pack.
think they're worried. Okay, here we go. You're gonna order
Wait,
something else?
I'm gonna order something else.
Let me go
What do you
first.
think?
I'll
Danette's
have,
gonna roll.
I'll have scrambled egg, bacon, and cheese on a toasted hard roll.
Oh, there you go.
He said nice, see?
Nice.
Just a sandwich, right?
Just the
the
sandwich.
sandwich,
She's
yes.
going just the sandwich. You know what? I'd like to get the quesadilla deluxe.
Regular fries.
Regular fries.
Okay. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
1 minute.
Yes, thank you. Now the waiters here are the best waiters on the planet. I'm not kidding.
These are
There's
the best
two of them,
guys.
and they are the best.
They're the best.
In the daytime, not so good.
in the
Nighttime,
daytime, the wait staff,
best.
the morning wait staff, not the best. The guys here in the evening, we love this. This is why we call it the office.
Anthony finally brought the flex capacitor.
The flux, yes,
Yeah,
you did.
Joe, you know what? We'll check out all those places you mentioned when we read this back as well. And we definitely want to get back with you. I'm sorry. I know we said we'd come back to New Haven, but we have to plan so much, and we have to plan everything. I know you mentioned bar, and you mentioned
The pastry place,
bakery,
which, the
so we
bakery,
gotta
which I
try
can never
that.
remember the name of.
wait, what's this?
I asked them if they have a bib for me, Randy. They might have a bib. They're very accommodating here.
Joseph Taylor, is the Scalini any good on Worcester? It looks so nice from the outside.
Never had the
Triple
steam,
cheese.
the steam burger in Meridian. Stephen Fox asked about. Was he talking to Joe or me? Because Joe has probably tried
Where's
it.
Steven? Did you ever have a steam burger? Thank you. Oh, okay. So
Ted's in
let me
Meridian.
explain something.
Never
I
did.
don't think Joseph likes burgers. From what I
Joseph's
remember, he
not a
doesn't
burger
like
guy.
eating meat. I think. Am I right, Joe?
But I'm not.
He said it's okay. Hi, Reverend Jenny. Great to see you.
Reverend Jenny, how you doing?
Well, anyway, let me get back to what I was saying before I forget, because I forget a lot of things.
yeah, I don't know what she was talking
Stephen
about
Fox, you said, I don't know why I'm saying your last name. You're the only Stephen in here. But
at all.
Stephen,
Luca Bellows. That's the place.
Ted's in Meridian. I never heard of that.
That's the steamed hamburger place.
Is that's not the original. The original is obviously
No, not Lewis Lunch.
Lewis Lunch.
Meridian, the place in Meridian, Ted's, is the place where they steam the hamburger in the little tray, and then
Nope,
they
not
have the
good.
cheese steamed in the tray also, and kind of pour it on like
Hi,
that.
Dolly girl. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Dolly girl, how you doing?
Classy, did you mention where they are today? Where are they today? You mean us? No, we're not in Blue Bay. This
We're
is
not
a
in Blue
smaller
Bay.
place.
This
But
is a very
when
tiny
I wanted to
little place.
answer the question, Cabello's pastry. Okay, I definitely have to write this stuff down. What was I going to say? One of the places I thought maybe we'd go today was Lewis Lunch. I remember Joseph saying it wasn't that good, but I knew it was a place that everybody YouTubers
knows.
go to. Not really in the mood for burger, but we got.
But we were
left too
dragging
late.
ourselves.
We were dragging our feet, and really, we wanted to go to this place called the Dewdrop Inn. We told Pam and Pete about it last night. It's a place that makes like 150 different kinds of chicken wings. But like Anthony was like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. So we just
wanna
drove
go
straight
home.
home. He didn't
Was
even go to
just
the bathroom.
tired.
Who
No.
goes 2.5 hours and doesn't go to the bathroom?
I had no desire to get
I was
to
like,
get out
Anthony,
of the car.
He's like, just go home. The Munchkin acts like she don't know us.
All
or
that
the
dancing
Taylor.
had my knees shot.
It was very little dancing, but you're right. No burgers, but a good veggie burger. Who has a good veggie burger? Believe
that?
it or
Who
not,
mentioned a veggie
Joseph.
burger?
Joseph, believe it or not, I think I mentioned this once. It's overrated, he said. Okay, I mentioned this before, but Anthony and I have when we're eating at home, we have veggie burgers all the time. I love them. I like them. I'm not a big burger person. I mean, I could eat it. I have to be in the mood.
I like the Morningstar ones,
I
to tell you the truth.
feel like maybe because I'm a hot dog person, that's why I don't like the hamburger. Like if the hot dog or hamburgers.
Chop
I
Skull
realize
Theater, how you
that
doing,
hot
lady?
dogs are no good for you. They're bad for you, and they got crap in it. Believe me, I recognize that. But I was born eating hot dogs.
Chop
Hi,
Skull
Choppy.
Theater's in the
Hi,
house.
Chop Skull. Great to see you.
How are you doing, young lady? I hope the
The name of the place? Oh, the place here. This is Uncle Bill's. It's called.
I hope the
What's Claire's?
squirrels aren't bothering you.
What's Claire's? Somebody said Claire's.
Hebrew National, Irie said, recommends.
You prefer hot dogs over burgers, George? Me too. Long gone in Hawaii Sea. Oh my God. Oh, you could tell your places you took your mother. Hawaii Sea.
Places I took my
which
mother.
One I'm talking about. Someone, Sonia said hello to Monica, but who's Monica? Who's Monica? I don't know Monica. Who's Monica?
There's a Monica? Is there a
Is
Monica?
Chop Scully Monica?
Who said Monica?
Sonia said hi, Monica. Who's Monica? Hebrew National.
Well, who doesn't like Hebrew National?
Oh, you're Monica.
You're Monica.
Hi, Monica. Sonia. Good job, Sonia.
Luckily, your name
I'm calling
isn't
you
real.
Choppy like an idiot.
Choppy.
My cousin's name is Monica.
Yes,
I
Danette
love
has a
it.
relative named
That's your
Monica.
real name. Okay. because
Another
Hi,
relative who's
Monica.
probably not subscribed.
Well, she doesn't know.
I don't know.
about it.
Maybe she does. Monica, that's so much better. At least your name isn't actually Andrea Doria.
Wait, Johnny had a hot dog in Yankee Stadium last night. Good hot dogs there. Did they win? Did the Yankees win? You guys, the Yankees and the Mets in New York are going to the playoff games.
Yes, that's true.
You love Choppy too? Okay, Choppy.
She likes. Who likes choppy?
Because I call her Choppy.
There's nothing like
skull.
something choppy. Choppy. The water was choppy today. Choppy is a good name if you're Japanese. Choppy.
Okay,
No,
tell them.
Choppy is a good name for a Pokemon character.
Wait, tell them places you took your mother. Go ahead.
Places I took my mother. Another installment. Installment 3, I believe.
Oh gosh.
Of places I took my mother. Someone mentioned the wonderful former, wonderful
Sea.
famous Bronx restaurant, Hawaii
Finally,
Sea.
Danette got it.
Hawaii Sea, as we all know, was one of the most well-known for a zillion years Polynesian, Chinese, Cantonese restaurant in the Bronx. There was also a branch for a while in New Rochelle called Hawaii City, which was in New Rochelle City. Is the net warm?
I gotta tell you guys, I've been cold for 3 days. All of a sudden,
And now
I'm
she's
hot.
warm. Classy's putting the link to Uncle Bill's. Nothing's better than Classy's Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot. All right, go ahead.
So,
I'm so hot.
Hawaii Sea, Ian could tell you, was the most
And so could
famous,
Triple G.
well-known place, Triple G also, in the Bronx for going for Cantonese, Polynesian type food. They had the, the tiki bar drinks, the zombies, the lovers
okay, Ron.
bowls where you drank
Oh,
out
yeah,
of
you
the,
drink it together.
where you had 2 giant straws. Only one time me and
Thanks,
Danette got a
Sonia.
lover's bowl. Or the scorpion, the giant
They
scorpions.
knock you on your ass.
They knock you on your ass.
No,
So,
it's
and they're most.
And I'm drinking a lot of coffee. Seriously,
Just
I've
drinking
been
a lot of
cold
coffee.
for 2 or 3 days.
Have a glass of water.
When we got home, I was freezing. It's cold in the apartment.
It's cold in the apartment.
I think they just have the heat on.
As you may or may. So, as I'm saying,
Yeah, but
like,
look, even this is melting. Look, it's melting. It's hot in here. Maybe you should
one of the
drink it.
things.
Go ahead.
One
Okay,
of the
Owen.
things that.
We'll see you in a few minutes.
We'll see in a few minutes, Owen.
Go ahead.
as you can tell, one of the things they were famous for was they were famed as the place that invented something called the crab meat patty, which we now know today they sell everywhere in creation, known as the crab wonton or the crab rangoon. You know the crab rangoons? What is going on? What is the funny part? I didn't even get to the funny part yet.
I can't even swallow water. Randy is being a wise guy.
What did
And
Randy
so
say?
is George.
What did they say?
Nothing. Never mind. Just keep going.
Well, it must have been funny.
Thank you. Wow, that looks good.
Thank you very much.
No, I
Some
think
hot
we're good.
sauce?
You want anything
We're
else?
good. I think we're good. Oh, you know what? Can I get another
Would you like another glass of ice?
another glass of ice? Thank you. What is the?
Never mind what they're saying. Oh Lord, look at that. Wait, I gotta find a square one. The best of the square ones. Oh my God. Show it close. Tell them what's in it.
Cheese and chicken.
Two kinds of cheese.
Two kinds of cheese.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheddar cheese, mozzarella.
See, because they put the heat on in here because it's hot. It's cold outside today.
Cold outside.
All right, but you didn't. Oh, look at that cheese pool. All right, here's mine. All right, Pete, where are you? Pete loves this. But wait a minute.
Pete, it's a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, they didn't melt it good, man. And they didn't toast the bread like I asked.
Oh, well, call him over here.
No.
How are we doing?
No, I don't want to bother. It looks good.
Are you
anyway.
sure?
I'm positive. Okay, what are we talking about here?
I don't know. You were laughing your ass off and it
No,
interrupted
you were
my
telling
thoughts.
your story.
I was telling the story. So, at Hawaii,
Oh, wonton stuff? Oh, no, at Hawaii. Get your hands out of the... Jesus, Sam.
here
Look,
we
it's
go.
hands. This is Anthony. Jazz hands. That's what he's
and
doing.
jive. We've been together since Ramalama Ding Dong,
Ding, ding,
Chapey
ding,
Bop. We've been together.
Anyway, now we missed
Chitney,
everything they were
bop.
saying.
Here we go.
No, we're in Queens. We're back in Queens.
We're back in Queens. Oh, what I was
Golly
saying.
girls. No, I was cold all day in the car. He wanted the air conditioner on. I'm freezing.
And then
all
she's
day.
freezing
I'm
her
wearing
ass
this
off.
Heavy sweater, and for some reason I'm hot. Actually, I think the air just went back on. Crab rangoons, Anthony. Not Anthony. Triple.
That's
T.
what I
They
was
were
saying.
The best. The crab rangoons.
They invented the thing. They were called crab meat patties, which are in fact crab rangoons. Everywhere else calls them crab rangoons. Now, legend has it that Hawaii
Yes.
Sea's owner
But it wasn't a
invented the
wonton, it
crab
was
meat
different.
patty. And it was kind of looked like a Jamaican beef patty.
My
or
sister had a
cross
sweet
between
16
a
at
Jamaican,
Hawaii Thai restaurant in Manhattan. Good, I'm listening.
kind of looked like a cross between a Jamaican beef patty and like a flat dumpling. And then they were fried and they had crab meat in them. Now, me and Danette lived in the place when we were dating. We went there all
That
the
was
time.
where we escaped. When we
There was a
weren't
time
married yet.
when Danette, while we were dating,
Yes, they
we
do
were
have a tuna
dating.
melt, a very good one here, and Anthony gets it all the time.
my mother was, my mother,
I mean, do you not
Would get
see
home
that?
from work.
Do you not see that?
my mother would get
I
home
mean,
from
come
work.
on. Good.
My mother would get home from work, and
I think they did
sometimes
classy. I
I
think
remember
they turned
Danette
it up
saying to me
'cause
one time,
I'm sweating on my eyebrows, for God's sake.
saying to me one time, you know, like we would often take my mother out, like together, and those are stories in themselves.
Exactly, George.
But like this one time, I remember one time Danette said, maybe we shouldn't see each other. You should spend some more time with your mom.
I didn't say
Maybe
that.
she thinks she
I
might
never
be.
said
What did you
don't
say?
see each other. Sorry.
No,
I
you
didn't.
said maybe
I
you
said
should.
maybe when I'm at work or when you're
Maybe
day
when I'm
off
at work,
from your
because she
job.
had to work late. I
forgot
remember
I
what it
told
was.
you that, but-
You worked at night.
No, it was her birthday, and I worked at night. and
I don't
told
think it
you
was
to
her
take-
birthday.
I told you to take her out.
It was her birthday, and Danette was working, and we couldn't do anything together. Actually, Danette's right.
It was
You're
that
right.
day for some
It
reason.
was that day. Danette was working an overnight shift. Back in those days, she used to work the overnight shift at her job. So,
Hi,
like,
Stephanie. How are
Danette suggested to me, take your
good.
mom out for her birthday, just the two of you. It'll be like the old days, like when you were a kid and she took you somewhere. Now
Yeah,
you're taking her
exactly.
somewhere. It sounds very schmaltzy, right? So
No, you thought it was a good idea. And you
I
took
thought
her
it was a
to
good
YC.
idea. I was like, Mom, I'm taking her to Hawaii Sea. Now, keep in mind, my mother like
It's true, class.
lived like within blocks of the place for years and years and years, and her reaction was sort of along the lines
What
of,
do you mean?
"Take me where?"
What do you mean lived? She worked across the street.
She worked
practically at
across the
Jack's.
street. Her reaction was sort of like, "Take me where? To what place?"
And I said,
Hawaii Sea, the
get the
restaurant,
crabby
the
patties.
famous
They're
place.
delicious.
You know, everybody goes there. And her reaction was kind of like, "Okay, I guess we can go there." So I take her to the restaurant, and I'm like everything's so nice. What do you want, Ma? Order anything you want. Nah, I'm not hungry. I was like, order
She's a
something.
pain
She
in the
said,
ass.
"What do you want, Aunt?" This is the worst thing. Did you ever out to eat with somebody who tells you to order for them?
Oh, Randy.
And
There's really
invariably,
nothing to it, but he's making it long. Go ahead.
no, when you go, yeah, I'm not hungry. When you go like this, you say, order whatever you want. No, I'll just have whatever you think is best. So you go, how could this go wrong? So I ordered everything for us.
But we love the crab meat patties. So
We love the crab meat
I said to him,
patties.
get the crab meat patties. You get two. They were like $10, but they were like only two. They were really expensive because it had real crab meat in it, not the imitation. And it looked almost like.
It
Do you
had
remember
crab
when we
meat.
went to? It's kind of like when we went to Mama's for the empanadas. It's kind
Yeah,
of like
it's
that.
like a
It's
cross
kinda big.
between
It's
an
like that.
empanada and a Jamaican beef patty, but
Right,
made
it
with
wasn't
wonton.
like a wonton though. It was like a thin. It was so thin, and in it there was stuffed cream cheese with crab meat. It was delicious. And the owner had his own recipe. Remember, we heard that story.
Yeah, I told the story just now, a few minutes
okay.
ago. That the owner, according to legend,
Listen.
invented what would become the crab rangoon. Don't ask me
We
whether
just
it's
got
true.
notified. Oh my god.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
YouTube doesn't make sense sometimes. Go ahead, Ann.
So I knew, like, I don't have to order everything, and every single thing that came to the table, she hated. It was like this isn't that good. What is this? I don't know what this is. And order. And I was like, she's like, I don't like shrimp. Well, I told you could order. By the time the food
Sounds like a
arrived, we were
nightmare.
already going like this. You could have ordered anything you wanted, Mom. You want me to
Pass the
send it
salt
back?
on it. Thank you.
And she said, oh, no. Oh, no, everything's good. And the crab meat patties were one of the things I ordered, which became, now this story might be
Man.
disappointing, but this made Danette laugh for
Soup's
like
not a meal.
25 consecutive years. Danette was laughing for 25 years over one line when my mother took a bite of the crab meat patties and she said, what is this? And I said, it's a crab meat
Good night,
patty.
Choppy.
Good
Monica.
night.
I'll see you next time. Thanks for
Good
stopping
night, Monica.
by.
It's nice to have you with
Don't
us.
forget to check out Chop Skull Theater. She's very
Yes,
funny.
check her out. She's hilarious. So my mother took a bite of the crab meat patty, and her reaction
Good night.
was, "So what is this?" And I said, "It's a crab meat patty." And she said, "Crab? What crab?" "The crab that's in there." I said like that. She said, "I don't see any crab. It's crab."
So for like
Where does
30
it say
years,
on the menu that there's crab in this?
So like for 30 years, this is what he goes, crab,
like-
what crab?
I see the crab in it, Ma. It's right there. You're chewing on it.
You can see it when you take a bite. It's all red, and you can taste it.
What do you think the red stuff is?
Take a
She
standing
thought it was red
ovation for
onions.
your story.
I take a standing ovation. She is Monica, according to legend.
Yes, Monica is Chop Skull Theater.
Now, my
Right,
last
Randy?
story, the story I told last night, was the story about the shoreline. You know, it's kind of funny. I realize I have several shoreline dog track stories. Because I told the Shoreline Dog Track story with my mother who wanted to like go and visit a guy in Philadelphia that she met like 5 minutes earlier. What's Randy talking about now?
Have Anthony read us his version of the book War and Peace. I have a couple of months to kill.
That sounds like a good idea.
He would do it. He loves to read. All right, well, you had that segment. It's over. Now what? You got something else to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, I realized that I have a lot of Shoreline Dog Track stories.
Just cover my face. It's okay.
As the Shoreline Dog Track story, there's the before or after the finish line.
Did you ever tell them?
There's my mother
Did you ever tell them?
wanting to go and visit a guy in Philadelphia that she met 3 minutes earlier. There's also the story about how I won $16,000
Good,
but
George.
didn't get it. Did I
We do
ever tell
not
that
have
story?
a PO box. PO box. No. Melanie.
Who asked? Melanie?
We do have an email. Yes.
You have an email. You can email us. It's in the on the about page
Or one of the
on our channel
moderators
page.
could drop
One
the
of the
link for
moderators
us.
can drop the
Thank you
email
so much.
address for us, because it's a wonderful email address that is based on a Tori Amos song. What wise
Here's
guy
the
things did Ron say?
I love rock and roll. Okay, Ron said, excuse me.
What did Ron say?
Correction, Anthony's book would be 50,000 pages per chapter.
Which is ironic because I love short chapters in books. I just saw some scratch. No one said anything. What did Joseph say?
My mom once made tomato sauce from scratch. No one said anything, how good it was. Then it blew up and said, she blew up and said, to hell with you.
The hell with all you. You
Thanks,
never
Liz.
get it again.
That's right. She was smart.
I think Joe told us that story. And then she said, you're never getting it again. It doesn't matter what you say. You're not getting the goddamn tomato sauce ever again.
Sounds like our family. All right.
Actually, that literally sounds like something my mother would have done.
Okay, so you mean like spite?
Yeah, my
Hold
mother
on.
would spite herself
Did
to
you
spite
ever
you.
tell the story?
Doesn't matter.
Did you ever tell the story at the dog racing about the number?
No, I didn't. The $16,000.
Yeah.
I was just going to bring that up. Sheila wanted to know what authors do I like.
Oh God!
Do you
have
actually
5
want to?
days?
There are a lot of. I actually have read a lot, and I have read a lot, but I do have some favorites. Sheila, I actually can answer
The
that.
question.
I would say my all-time favorite author is a guy named Gene Wolfe. He's a genius. He was a genius. I love Gene Wolfe, but he's passed away now. He's a great guy. My current favorite author is Neil Stephenson. I really like Neil Stephenson's work.
You like Stephen King? You
I
like
like Stephen King, and there's a whole host of other people.
the guys we met?
I met.
What did you say, George, and then retracted? I would love to see Danette.
What did
Nancy.
George? What did George
What were you gonna
retract?
say after that? I caught you, Georgie. What's his name? The guy we met. Science fiction.
Isaac Asimov.
Isaac Asimov. What about the other guy? The young one.
Ben Bova. He's not the younger one anymore.
Not him. The other one.
Fred Pohl?
No. The other one.
The other one. How many other authors have I met?
No, that's not you, Matt. That's you like. There's another guy that
Oh.
does science fiction. I forgot his name.
And I mentioned
is
Neil
his name?
Stephenson.
No, not him. I'll remember. I'll remember, but I can't think of it right now. Hi, Vivian. Good to see you. Well, anyway,
I also love Charles Strauss.
I'll get him drunk once, George, when we're at home. Hi, Katie Fernandez. We haven't seen you in a while. Oh, it's okay. You're late. It doesn't matter. You're here
Katie, it's
now.
good
That's
to
what
see you.
matters. It's always good to see you, Katie.
Yes. Asimov? Who said Asimov lived in Ceylon?
Joseph Taylor.
No. You know who lived in Ceylon? Ceylon. You're thinking
Here,
of
Invisible
Arthur C.
Touch by
Clarke.
Genesis. Good years, Ian. Arthur
You're
C.
thinking of
Clarke.
Arthur C. Clarke.
That's right.
He lived. He was the dean of Columbia University.
Hi, Burger Maid at 52. How you doing today? Good to see you.
Yeah, it was Arthur C. Clarke who lived in Ceylon,
Joseph Davids. Hi, good to see you.
Sri Lanka.
Hold on. Joseph Davids, who I've never seen before. Welcome to our channel. My name is Danette. That's Anthony, if you don't know. He said one of his favorite pizzeria is a couple doors down in Mooring. We heard
You like
it's
the
really
Amore?
good.
We
It's
still have never been. It's
we've
2
never
doors
been there,
away.
because we always
We
come
really
here.
would like to try them out. Do you really like the place? Because we want to go in. For a long time, they were kind of boarded up, and they were only serving
Because of the
pizza through a
pandemic,
hole
yeah.
in the window because of the pandemic.
He could, Ron, not sure.
Thank you so much for saying that. Oh, anyway, so Danette asked, wanted to tell a story.
Tuna melts is your all-time favorite, Joe? I didn't know that.
Who's all-time favorite?
Joseph Taylor. They make a good one here.
They make a great tuna melt here on rye.
Well, welcome, Joseph. I'm glad you're here. Joseph Davids. He loves our videos. Great to see you. To talk to you.
Who wants to know a favorite book?
Anthony, what's your
Dolly
favorite
Girl?
book that left a powerful impact on you? I know that answer. Don't tell me you don't know. Because you just told me like 3 weeks ago.
I did?
We have
Well,
it.
yeah, my favorite novel,
I don't know
that-
if it's all time, but it's one of your favorites.
my favorite novel of all time, I'm not sure if it's the one Danette's talking about, is Snow Crash,
That's the one.
which is a Neil Stevenson novel.
Don't you like that other narrator too? That what is author? Is it Pole? You have a lot of his stories. Is it Pole? P-O-H-L or the little short story?
I don't have like a lot of stories by him.
All right. Well, tell them about Snow Crash. Just answer the question.
Snow Crash is a great story because it's kind of prophetic. My personal feeling that what's his name? Neil Stevenson, she could easily be a little angry at Mr. Facebook for trying to cop the phrase meta for his new endeavor, because Snow Crash is the book that invented the phrase the metaverse. So don't even get me started.
Really?
Yes, Snow Crash is where he coined
Dolly
the
said
phrase.
thank you. She'll give it a read. Look at that. That's nice.
I'll give you an idea of how whacked out Snow Crash is as a story. The tongue-in-cheekness of the name of the character. The main character of the story, the hero of our story, is a guy named Hero Protagonist. The last name he changed, his first name is Hiro. He's a Japanese American who's the protagonist of this story, whose last name is his chosen last name, Protagonist. He is the world's greatest hacker. He's the world's greatest hacker, the inventor of the metaverse, which is the alternate reality that people use to entertain themselves, even though he never got a nickel for it. And he is also the greatest swordsman to ever live, according to himself.
Who, the author?
One of the best fight scenes I ever saw. The book is long. It's
The
mostly
author or the
talking.
story?
The story.
Oh.
The book is long. The story is a lot of talking, a lot of thinking, a lot of think pieces. There's a lot of stuff that's like going into it. It's very cerebral. However, and there's only one really lengthy fight scene, and the greatest fight scene that I ever read, when hero protagonist is faced with a bunch of gangsters with machine
See what you
guns,
did by
and then
accident.
realizes, "No, wait a minute, why am I going to run away from these guys? I am the greatest swordsman to ever live," and kills like 5 guys with machine guns with his samurai
You have to believe
sword.
it too, right? You have to believe it in your head that you could do it.
So there's a lot of things that go on in it. It's a story that's it's a great book. It's a great book, and it's a great read. It's interesting. It's long. It's meaty. It's deep. It's weird. It's a lot of things. But now I want to get to a silly story. Do you want to hear a
Wait, I
silly
have one more
story?
question. When was it written? Do you remember? No,
Late
Randy,
90s?
No. Late 90s? So a book from the 90s was your favorite book?
I have a lot of favorite books. I've read
You're gonna
so
get to
many
another
novels over the
story?
years.
Yeah, he's a big reader. He has like 2 or 3 reading tablets, and of course we have bookshelves in the apartment. You've
I
seen
used to
them at
have
Christmas
hundreds
time.
and hundreds of books in my house. But as our apartments got progressively smaller. What is that, D? Spam in the chat with D's and A's.
DNA team.
I used to have, as our apartments got smaller and our space got more limited, what happened was I had to like get rid of them. I sold a lot of my books that I had read already to a local school in the Bronx. A local school in the Bronx. I actually sold them.
Oh,
More,
you mean
more,
the-
more rightfully say I donated them, because I
Yeah.
basically sold them for like a few pennies.
Because they had to write it off.
They had to write it off,
Yeah.
so it wrote off as
It
like
was a charter school. Remember?
favorite Stephen King book. Very easy for
That's a
me.
good question,
I have
Sheila.
2 favorite Stephen King books. Actually 3 favorite Stephen King books. I would put them all on equal footing with each other. One is the unabridged version of The Stand. I like the longer version compared to the shorter version of The Stand. The other one is The Shining. Great
He
novel.
loves The Shining.
Amazing movie. They're not really the same, but great novel. And I also love Pet Cemetery. Pet Cemetery is such a weirdly moving and terrifying story at the same time. The other story, which I think is one of my favorites of Stephen King, but it's not, I don't consider it technically a Stephen King novel because he wrote it with Peter Straub. He and Peter Straub wrote The Talisman. The Talisman's a great novel. It's a lot of fun to read, and it's really well written. So that's another favorite of mine.
Did you like it? I don't think so.
I have never read it. I'm gonna
What?
say I've never read it. I don't know why.
What about the one with the car? What is that called?
Christine?
Yeah. You like that
I read
one?
Christine. I thought it was okay. It wasn't my cup of tea. I don't know. I don't want to have a haunted car.
Do the Stephen King movies do the books justice? That's a good question, Triple J. Wait.
Stanley Kubrick's Shining is not really an adaptation of Stephen King's novel The Shining.
Oh, they changed
So,
it. That's right.
I
You
would
told me
say
about
it doesn't do the book justice. Twisted Logic, it doesn't do the book
Sheila loves
justice.
Thinner, along with all those you mentioned.
However, I would say it's a great movie. It is a masterpiece that does not really
Oh my God, that's such a
work
great
as an
question, Dolly.
adaptation.
Anthony, would you ever write your own book? Anthony wanted to be a writer his whole life. So there's a great question.
Maybe. Was
Oh,
Georgia
by the way,
Wisenhoff?
the Shining, the movie, don't they talk about that on college campuses and like talk about it and dissect every little thing about it?
I've seen about 52,000
So have I, since I
YouTube
live with 'em.
videos about the movie The Shining.
Oh,
All the
Time
different
Machine is a great movie,
theories.
great book too.
I've read all of the novels of H.G. Wells.
All of the novels of H.G. Wells and every single Wizard of Oz you can ever imagine. And I don't mean the one we all know. I'm talking about
No, I read all
Baum's.
14 L. Frank Baum volumes. They're very
If
good.
you knew that they even had it, right, Ann?
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't even know there is 14.
There's 14. Let me tell you, there's a lot of pages in those books.
Hey.
What was the other question? Somebody asked something about something. Oh, the
No, Sheila said, I love Thinner along with those you mentioned. Thinner.
I remember
never heard of
Thinner.
that.
I remember Thinner. Actually, I read Thinner.
Did you like it?
I really did like it. I did like Thinner.
Sonia thinks Pet Cemetery is the best. Randy says he loves H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds and Time Machine. Green Mile is great, Anita Brake said. Hi, Anita. Welcome.
I've also read the complete works of H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, it's the other guy you like.
Lovecraftian cosmic horror. And yes, I do understand Lovecraft was a total xenophobe, a bigot, a racist, but he was
Sounds like
he
a jerk.
had mental problems. He had problems
George
in his
says,
head.
I like the sequel to The Shining.
But he was a brilliant horror writer.
What's the sequel to The Shining?
Dr. Sleep.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Jim Ron TV Metro said I could already see Anthony signing books with a 3-block line because he has not finished telling his story yet.
That's right.
Yes, Stephen King lives in Maine, that's right. And most of his stories are set in Maine, right, Aunt?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you guys know about Stephen King's when he was married, when he was younger, before they had children, when they were like starting out, they were kind of like struggling, him and his wife. His wife, I think, worked as a waitress or something.
He was like a substitute school teacher or
He
something.
was a substitute school teacher, and he was a writer. He was becoming a writer, and you know, it's the arts, so you can try to. Sometimes you might feel like you have to give up because you know until you get noticed or you know until you do your big break, you don't get paid enough to get by. And they lived in Maine. I think they lived in a trailer, right?
No, they lived in a very dilapidated place. And the story goes that like,
Go ahead.
sorry about that.
Go ahead. Tell the story.
He had
But make
gotten
it
one
quick.
more. Stephen King, of course, had gotten one more rejection for the novel Carrie, which was his first novel
Oh,
he
yeah, I
tried to
forgot
sell.
about Carrie.
And he threw it in the garbage for the last time, and
No, we've
Tabitha
never been there.
fished it out
Tabitha,
of the
his
garbage
wife.
and told him, just send it to one more publisher. Try it one more time. He tried it one more time, and that was the one that bought it. And the rest, of course, is history. And he
And-
became extremely prolific after that.
And his wife, like, believed in him. Tabitha believed in him and told him not to give up. Isn't that cool?
That was a good point. Yeah, so I've read all of Lovecraft's work. Lovecraft's best work is probably, like, obviously his most famous story is The Call of Cthulhu, but his greatest work is probably At the Mountains of Madness. his horror
Anthony,
is
do you remember-
mind-bending and
Jenny's
cosmic.
asking, do you remember what part? I know I've heard of it, but I don't remember what part of Maine did he live? Does he live in?
I think he lives in Bangor.
Bangor. That's it. Yep.
Many of his stories were set in a town called Castle Rock.
Yes.
Now, Castle Rock was eventually destroyed in
What are
his
you watching
novel
right now,
Needful
Sonia?
Things.
Halloween? Pam says Halloween, the original with Jamie Lee Curtis. I couldn't get in my car without looking in the back seat for months after seeing that. Yeah, I remember. I don't like horror movies. I don't like scary movies. Unfortunately, Anthony, every time we see a commercial come up for a new, like the horror movies that come out now, they're so scary with like heads moving and stuff. I'm like,
You know what's interesting
no,
to me
not
is a
going.
lot of
Can't.
like another town that appears in a lot of Stephen King stories is the town of Derry, which is where it is set. Now, one thing I was
Oh, The
interested to
Exorcist
find out
was
is that
scary,
the
too.
some of the
Pam passed this house, but has an iron fence. She said a creepy black iron fence. Oh, that makes sense.
some of King's stories appear to be set in the same universe.
Salem's Lot, that was scary too.
Salem's Lot is a good book. I read that as a kid, actually. Salem's Lot. I was still very young when I read
too,
Salem's
George,
Lot.
because like, why were kids watching that? That was too scary, really.
No.
Oh yeah, maybe he doesn't live in that particular place anymore. Okay, good, Aunt.
A lot of his stories are basically set in the same universe. Like, for instance, interesting
Oh,
fun
Sheila
fact.
was
I
there.
realized that, like a lot of people don't realize that, apparently,
Yeah,
I guess
Bangor.
it's interesting to me that apparently, The Shining and It take place in the same universe because Dick Halloran also is mentioned in the backstory in the novel It. Dick Halloran used his own powers of shining to
Your
save
mom
some
warned you, but
lives.
you insisted. Well, that's what we do as kids. Yeah, gargoyles on the fence. That's interesting, yeah.
So It and The Shining
Yuri
take place
said-
in the same world.
Yuri said they met George A. Romero and Ed Harris in the 80s. Not
George
at the
A.
same
Romero.
venue, I hope.
Really?
No, I'm just being.
George A. Romero, another unsung hero of the
That's
horror genre.
Yeah, that's the other one. My favorite Halloween movie is Dracula Dead and Loving It by Mel Brooks. On TV Metro.
That's a goofy movie. I have to admit, I have a soft spot for Francis Ford Coppola's version of Dracula. You like the movie Stigmata? I
Oh,
remember
that's
that movie.
scary.
I wouldn't call it
Oh,
scary.
yes, it is. Creepshow is another Stephen King classic, Sonya says. Hi, Raven. How you feeling, babes?
Raven, how you doing?
Good to see you here.
Oh, I want to tell my story since do you want to hear the dog story?
Where is Fengali when you need him?
Svengoolie?
And Randy's asking everyone in the chat, what was the first scary movie you watched as a kid?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, I know my answer to that one. Freaking what is it? Rosemary's Baby?
Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, I was young and I saw that. Freaking scared the crap out of me.
That's an odd one to have
Where you're
experienced
writing
first.
help in blood on the window. Oh my god, that was scary.
That's an interesting one to have been a first.
Yeah, I was young. Oh yeah, we do too, Jenny. Jenny likes Dracula and Frankenstein. Anthony loves that stuff, and he loves reading the books.
What was the first scary movie I saw?
Orca, The Exorcist. Yeah, what was the as a kid? Remember the first one you could think of remembering being scared of?
The first movie I was scared of because I literally had a nightmare over it. It probably is not
Oh
scary.
yeah, Friday Night Foot.
It's probably not scary, but
Anthony loves Boris Karloff.
it's like one of those movies that's like an unsung
Oh,
hero.
the fog.
It's like an unsung hero movie. The giant behemoth. You saw that in the movie theater? I saw it on TV, Jenny.
The Fog is scary too.
The
But that was
giant
in
behemoth.
1980. That was we were a little bit older then.
That's like drive-in movie
What were
territory.
you gonna say? What was your
Oh,
scariest?
the first movie that ever scared me, I saw it as a kid, and I had nightmares from it. And it's probably a movie that wouldn't have given anyone else nightmares. It's one of those movies that, like, now, it's, like, interesting to talk about the hidden messages in it and things like that. But it was like, it was a movie called Invaders from Space. And it was a Cameron Menzies film.
Isn't that like a comedy though? Not at
No.
the time.
You're thinking Invaders from Mars, Tim Burton's movie, which
Oh.
was a comedy. Invaders from Space, which is a Cameron Menzies movie. It was later remade by
All right,
someone
Ron
else.
TV. See you next time. Thanks
Ron,
for dropping by.
thank you so much for being here, and it'll see you next time. So, Invaders from Space, and it has these scenes
The
in it.
13
It's like
Ghosts.
a kid who
That sounds
finds out that
scary.
his parents have been replaced by aliens, and it's kind of this weird, creepy imagery. And I went to sleep at night
Village
and I
of
woke
the
up
Dam.
screaming.
Remember that one? You-
I loved Village of the Dam.
Is that the one with the kids?
Village of the Damned is the sequel to Children of the Damned.
Children of the Dam. That one was scary. Kolchak, the Night Stalker. That's what Randy
Or rather,
says.
I should say, Children of the Damned was a sequel to Village of the Damned. Village of the Damned,
They had some chilling opening scenes, Jay-Z says. Kolchak, the Night Stalker. I used to watch that with my father. Does anyone remember the old movie House on Haunted Hill? I was too scared. I couldn't watch it. Here, you want to look here?
I saw a House on Haunted Hill.
George.
Here's the what was the one?
Oh my God, Sheila. She doesn't remember the name, but the lady had a choker on, and when she took it off, her head fell off. Well, I don't know what that is.
Oh, who said that? Sheila?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about the movie Asphyx? Asphyx, I think it's called.
Yuri said, when I lived in Africa as a kid, my dad would watch Lon Chaney and Boris Karloff. What were you saying? Yeah, Boris Karloff is amazing. And Katie says, yes, I remember that, Anthony. My brother loved it. Twilight Zone was creepy as I was a teen.
Twilight Zone was great. I watched so many different.
Jenny said, I saw the original, Anthony, in 1966. Wow.
Mothra in the theater in '65. Jenny says.
Oh my God.
Mothra. With the
Oh yeah,
tiny
the
with
Godfather's
the
got
tiny
its own
twin
scare in it.
fairies.
You're right. Triple G.
Masura.
You saw it? Wow.
I like Mothra. Does anybody get sad at the end of Rodan?
Remember Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine, Steven?
Yes, I used to get that when I was a kid. Famous Monsters of
Children of the
Filmland. I
Corn
would get
is
that
so scary.
magazine. Creepy
The
was a
Town
magazine I used to get.
She saw Mothra in the theater in 1965. I used to watch that a lot when we were kids, all the Mothras. Yeah, I think we could all agree that Children of the Corn is really creepy and scary. Burnt Offerings.
Phantasm
has
is a
dub,
very
WC.
weird movie. I did not like the movie Burnt Offerings. I read the book. Burnt Offerings.
Homicidal was
I
a
think
good
Burnt
movie.
Offerings, the book, is much weird. Has a much creepier ending than the movie. Phantasm, yes, I remember
Pennywise the
Phantasm.
sewer lurking clown. That was scary too, Dolly.
Yeah, that's in it.
Yeah, right. The Exorcist scared the dickens out of me. I didn't like that either, especially when she goes up the wall. Ugh. The Blob creeped me out back then, says Katie.
The Blob will all be safe as long as the
Yeah,
Arctic
Carrie
stays
was
cold.
scary. I didn't like that. It was mean too. There was a lot of things in Carrie I did not like. Oh, Classy
Near
said
the
she
end of the-
cried with Rodan, King Kong, and Mighty Joe Young. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's
does
right.
anybody get sad when
course, why
when
not?
Rodan dies, when the second Rodan falls into the volcano? Mighty Joe Young.
Wow, Jenny met Boris Karloff's daughter and her husband back in the 90s. Very nice lady. The original Texas Chainsaw Mask also scared the crap out of me.
Them, Reverend Jenny, is an amazing.
The brain
Big,
that wouldn't die. Oh yeah.
Them is an amazing monster movie, Jenny.
We never went inside.
It is the
Villa Maria.
the movie
Them?
is
Yeah,
the
it's-
Cadillac of giant insect movies. Because, by the way, there have been a lot of giant insect movies, and most of them, you really
Knockoffs.
most of them you really just want to crumple up in a piece of paper and throw in the toilet. But like them is the king of them. Not only does it have great acting, but it has like
Nosferatu.
great for its day special effects. It has great acting, great performances. It has Santa Claus like telling us how the world's gonna end because the ants are going to destroy humanity. You remember Edmund Gwynn? We may have just witnessed the beginning of the end of humanity. You gotta love it. Reverend Jenny remembers that. We may have just witnessed the beginning of the end of our world, the end of our world, and the beginning of theirs.
What's the name of the man with all the needles in his face? Oh yeah, that was scary.
Pinhead.
Oh
You
yeah,
mean
don't answer the phone.
Hellraiser.
That's right, landline error.
Hellraiser, Pinhead.
Slither is a good movie.
I also read all of Clive Barker's Books of Blood.
Stephen Fox says Jack Pierce was the legendary makeup artist who did Frankenstein. Did you know
That's
that?
right. Yes, Jack Pierce was a great makeup artist who did Frankenstein.
It's okay,
Many
Raven.
people-
We all see you here. It's okay. Go ahead, Aunt.
Many people don't know that Karloff did not want the monster to speak in James Whale's sequel. However, this is one
Hellraiser.
case where Karloff was wrong, because James Whale was completely right that it was genius to make him speak. The Bride of Frankenstein works amazingly as both like a horror movie, a science fiction movie, and also as social satire and social commentary. It was just the perfect metaphor type movie. Bride of Frankenstein is the perfect early monster movie. It's a perfect film. It has no flaws.
That's okay, Classy. We don't mind emojis. It's all right.
We don't mind. We don't mind. The emojis are okay
Yeah, it's all
as
right
long as
here.
they're not as
What?
long as they're not offensive emojis.
What's an offensive emoji?
I don't know. You know one if you see one.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
If they're celebrating us, it's okay.
It doesn't
Always
matter.
cry at the end when the monster dies. And
Yeah.
Bride of Frankenstein. No, you go. You live.
It's all right, Classy. It's
We
okay.
die.
We don't really have any rules, so. Right, Aunt?
We don't have a lot of rules here.
What's the one
rule
rule?
we
We do have
have?
only one rule, really,
we do
at this
have
point.
one rule.
But maybe you're right, Classy. I don't know.
We do have
But
one
right
rule,
now-
which is really two rules. The one rule simply being we don't trash other
That's right.
creators,
Never,
other
ever.
YouTube channels,
Or anybody else.
or anybody else. We don't curse. We don't curse or trash other people in the
No
chat.
drama, exactly.
We have no drama.
We don't talk about anybody else in a negative way. We don't
Yes.
curse
And
anybody
we
else
don't-
out. That is
and
not
any-
tolerated in our lives. So it
any-
isn't going to be tolerated
And
here.
insults leveled at us as
Or
the
anybody
creators,
else in the chat.
or anybody else in the chat is not tolerated. Shade is one thing. We know when there's good-natured ribbing.
That's right.
Like guys like George is all good-natured ribbing
No, we're
from
not
our
talking about
friends
that.
here.
I think we all know what
Good-natured
we're talking
ribbing.
about.
Everybody knows
all
what it
adults
is.
here.
We all know when someone's teasing somebody,
Right.
and you know what the difference is. The difference
Silence
is
of the
this.
Lamb's very scary,
We all know
especially in the pit. I mean,
when someone is teasing you and you can laugh along with it.
that's right, Jenny. We're very polite.
That's the way.
You guys are the best.
That's just teasing. If someone makes.
That's
if,
right, Raven.
If someone
We
is
are
saying
kind and
something
loving
about you,
people.
and you can't laugh along with
Gremlins.
it, then they're picking on you.
Sometimes the scariest movies, thank you, Anthony. Sometimes the scariest movies is what's in your imagination, not what you actually see. It's when they have the sounds in the
Exactly.
background, or the shadows, or like something moving, and then the sound comes up and it scares you. Things like that.
Recent movies that I love, recent horror movies that I love.
That's
that
right.
like
We're a family.
I could
Thanks,
watch
Colleen.
one. I could watch one movie one video after another dissecting it.
Perfect way of saying that, Sonia. We encourage kindness. Kindness is a good motto.
Kindness always wins the day. Kindness and fun.
Yes. Like Psycho. Yes, that's
Psycho's
a great
film.
example. Great example that Reverend Jenny just said. Very true, Danette. Like Psycho. That's absolutely the best possible example that I mean. And well written, right? Hey, listen, in the beginning, what did they do? They took the person who was the main character and they killed her off immediately from the beginning of the movie. And then that's like a twist because now you got to start like, why is she gone? We're watching her as the main character, right? But no. See, it's very, very smart the way it was written.
She did actually, Stephen.
What?
The original Paulie Walnuts hairstyle, Elsa Lancaster. Before there was Paulie Walnuts. Actually,
Pulling up in the air.
before Paulie Walnuts, before Grandpa Munster, there was Elsa Lancaster as the Bride of Frankenstein. And by the way, someone asked
That's
about
right,
Randy. I
Classy.
think
Zapped.
asked about Prince of Darkness.
Yes,
I have
see
seen that
Yes,
movie.
we both have. With Donald Pleasant, great movie.
Yes, I have seen Prince of Darkness.
Amityville Horror, another one. Yeah.
A recent horror movie that I really
like scary movies, George.
that I like the crap out of
Alfred Hitchcock was one of the best.
recently. That I like the crap out of a recent horror movie
The Birds.
was Hereditary, which Danette doesn't watch horror movies. Even she wound up watching it, but like, and
Did
it's
I
got
like it?
Tony
'Cause I don't
Tony
remember.
Collette's in
Oh,
it, and
Toni
she's
Collette's
good in
great.
everything. And Toni Collette's good in everything. You see, Hereditary. It's very
My
long,
favorite-
very scary.
Okay, I wanna say
and
something.
very freaking cerebral.
Cerebral. Alfred Hitchcock. My favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie is Rear Window. Again, see, no stabbing really, no like blood. It's the other stuff behind, you know? I love Rear Window. That scene where he backs up, turns the lights off, and backs up in the wheelchair is one of the scariest scenes. And he goes like this to his face because he's so scared. That was like one of the best scare. That was one of the most scariest scenes.
Strangers on a Train is a
Oh, that's
wonderful
another
movie.
great one. I forgot about.
I have this. Strangers on a Train is a great book. Robert Walker's performance
when
is
she moved out a few
ridiculously
years ago.
good.
Wow.
I have this book that I still have the book. It's one of the books I won't give away. I have this book. It's by a guy named Danny Perry. He's very interesting, a very interesting guy who he did a book once where he picked his alternate Oscars, where he picked who he thought should have won Academy Awards in every single year the awards were given. Some years he agreed with the Academy, but a lot of
Hitchcock
years
was
he did not.
brilliant. You're right.
And one of the movies that he thought should have been the best picture the year it came out was Strangers
Thanks,
on a
Sheila.
Train. And the guy who should have been the best actor award winner was Robert Walker as Bruno Anthony.
Actually, I
The
want to
greatest
see that
and
now.
one of the
Can we
great
watch that tonight
last
when we go home?
one of the
I wanna
great
see
last
that
lines in
Strangers
a
on a
movie
Train.
is the
Yes.
somewhat sad ending of the Farley Granger character saying when the cop asks him who is
Mulholland
that,
Drive was a good movie.
and he says that's Bruno Anthony, a very clever fellow. Just as Bruno Anthony dies, and even in death, he won't say he was the guy who did the crimes.
But some people don't know what you're talking about because they didn't see it.
Go and see
But the ones
Strangers
that-
on a Train.
It's a
Jay-Z,
great movie, it
You
is.
saw Strangers on a Train. Go and see it.
Excuse me.
If you haven't seen it, it's an amazing
It
film
is an amazing-
with great performances from
Sheila
Robert
likes
Walker
it.
and Farley Granger. Not my favorite actor, but he was good in that.
What does Sonya mean? All the movies Insidious?
The Insidious films.
What is that?
It's a series.
Oh,
It's a series of horror
did I
films.
see
The
it?
Insidious films.
vote Hitchcock for president.
I don't think you never saw them.
I never heard of it.
You
Sonya.
never saw them. One movie I want to see that
Mother
I've heard
Goose
of but I had
Nursery
never
Rhymes are
seen
horrific?
is It Follows.
Let's see.
Mother Goose Nursery Rhymes are can be horrific. You know what? Actually, in seriousness, can be kind of horrific is the a lot of the fairy tales from the Brothers Grimm.
Yeah.
They're kind of not.
yeah.
The original versions are kind of not like they were for children from the from the olden days. Kids today really couldn't handle those like gruesome tales.
Yes,
of people.
Poltergeist. Yes, you're right, Sonia. I forgot about that.
Poltergeist is a good film.
The Forest Hills Tennis Stadium is on Strangers on a Train. I didn't know
Yes,
that.
that's where they. Farley Granger's character is a tennis pro, remember? And he's playing in
I
like
didn't
the
know it was in
U.S.
Forest
Open.
Hills. I don't remember that. Do you like The Conjuring?
I've never
I don't
seen The
think I've
Conjuring.
seen it, mostly because I won't go.
Never
Have to
seen The
go now.
Conjuring. I'm
Everyone
not
have
gonna
a
lie.
wonderful night. See you next time. Love and hugs. Bye, Reverend Jenny. So great to
Rev
see you
Jen,
as always.
it was great to have
Have a
you
good
here and to
evening.
give you a few smiles.
Yes.
Take care.
Love talking to you. Bye bye now. Poltergeist was creepy. That was a good one, Sonya. Hi, Sam Pod. How you doing? Good to see you. Amityville is a true story, I heard. I don't know.
Amityville is a true story when you stretch the phrase true.
Something was true.
Some
it the
things
house that
happened.
was haunted?
Some things happened. The family, the husband and wife who did the investigations,
Tales
they
from the
actually
Dark
exist.
Side was smart, but it was scary. Remember Tales from the Dark Side from TV?
I remember Tales from the Dark
They were
Side.
kinda
I used to
scary.
watch Tales from the Dark
Yeah, I
Side.
remember.
I liked some of those stories. But some of the most what was it TV series that I loved that were out there. TV series that I loved. I of course love the Twilight Zone. I love all the incarnations of the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone is great.
You knew the lady that lived in the Amityville house. Wow. Woo. Tony,
One
do
of
you
the-
know the sci-fi writer Chad Oliver? Joseph's asking.
The name is familiar to me, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure of his work.
The Sixth Sense, great directing and writing. The ending was awesome. What do you think? It was good. I remember.
Yes. Yeah, The Sixth Sense is a great movie. The thing about The
Randy
Sixth
said.
Sense is it's a great movie. Actually, I was talking to Danette about M. Night Shyamalan movies
Yeah,
the
there's
other
a new
day.
one that came out.
There's a new one coming out
forgot
that
what it's
came
called.
out. But the thing was, I was talking to her
I know
like
it's a hit or
M.
miss.
Night Shyamalan is one of those, is probably one of the all-time great, like, it could be really good, or it could be the most awful movie
Okay,
you've
Sheila,
seen
let
in
me
decades.
know. That sounds interesting.
That's an
can't
M.
wait till
Night
you tell me.
Shyamalan movie. It could be Sixth Sense.
Right, Vivian
or
View Window is a great movie.
It could be Sixth Sense, or it could be Unbreakable, or it could be the TV show Servant, or it could be Avatar: The Last Airbender, and
Oh
be
my
the worst
God.
movie ever made.
But you never saw
It
it. You
could
just
be-
heard other people say it was bad.
I kind of got an idea it's bad.
The Avatar people are,
Amityville, the town, just sounds
they
scary.
feel a certain way if you're not up to the right Avatar level.
We're very,
But I
very,
didn't
very.
see it, so I don't know.
You didn't see the movie. You
I
saw
didn't
the
see
series.
I didn't see the Shyamalan.
She
so-
saw the series.
But you heard it was bad.
Avatar: The Last Airbender fans of that TV show, we are not pleased with M. Night Shyamalan's work.
It does, Jay-Z. Amityville just sounds scary. I think it's because
First
of
of
our
all-
generation of hearing it. And then you know that there is that house. And as Sheila said, she knew the woman who lived there. So it's like, it's in Long Island, Amityville, Long Island.
First of all,
Oh, Heather
it
agrees with
flies
you
in the
about
fa-
M. Night Shyamalan. It's
First of
true.
all, it flies in the face of logic how M. Night Shyamalan, a
Right,
a
Rosemary's Baby is so scary.
a person of
Right,
color
Famagata?
would shamelessly whitewash a movie in which not one character is Caucasian, and have all those actors play that aren't Asian
Well, I don't
play all those
understand
characters.
why you would say you're going to do it the right way and then you don't
Oh
do it the
my
right
God,
way.
the pain! Oh, the pain!
Anthony,
And then
what was...
awful special
You
effects.
never heard
it
of,
has
you never
horrifying
read
special
Rosemary's
effects.
Baby? I would say don't do it.
I've
It's
never
too
read
scary.
Rosemary's Baby either. I've read a lot of books. I haven't read everything.
The Vanishing, you know what that is?
You know, if you read everything, you'll never have anything else
You
to
couldn't
enjoy.
do nothing else. Did you ever see The
Vanishing?
Vanishing?
Yeah, we both saw The Vanishing. That's a movie. Yeah, we both seen The Vanishing. We saw the original version, the foreign version. It's a French film, I believe.
What was I going to ask you?
What were you going to ask me?
I forgot. You
Danette's
just
the
mentioned
best.
something.
She's amazing, isn't she?
Dr. Smith,
Wonderful.
The Pain.
Dr. Smith.
what was I
oh,
gonna
the
ask
pain.
you?
That's right. Do you remember that?
No.
Dr. Smith.
What is
Lost
that?
in Space.
Oh,
Dr.
I thought
Smith
that's what
used
you were
to go,
talking about. And I was
oh,
like,
the pain,
she can't
the
be
pain.
talking about. They can't be
Dark
talking
Shadows. That was a cool soap. Dark Shadows was a soap opera. It was the only horror soap opera that was ever on. It
about. She hears it. She
was
only
the
hears
only
it.
horror
About
soap
you.
opera.
What about
Who was that? Bamigator that mentioned Dark Shadows? You could watch Dark Shadows on one of the streaming services. I'm not sure which one it is that has it. One of them has Dark Shadows, or maybe there's more than one.
You've been waiting for a hard song.
Tales
Tales
of
from the Crypt. Yeah.
Tales from the Crypt.
Arlene, yeah, scary.
I do remember,
Katie
but like
says
I
she
said,
rememers.
I loved the Twilight
What was the
Zone.
one I was
I loved Outer Limits. Did anyone else always watch Outer Limits?
Yes. Of course.
Please do not adjust your television
You know
set.
what, Randy? You're right.
We will control the
The
vertical,
ending of The Sixth Sense.
the
was
horizontal.
good. Yes, Dark Shadows is on Pluto TV. You know what we watch on Pluto, Dave? We watch all the Mystery Science Theater 3000 when we can't go to sleep. And we just laugh in the middle of the night. All the shorts are amazing.
I used to always watch Buffy. I actually have the complete.
Yes, he has
I have the
the-
complete series on
He
DVDs.
has the box set of
I have the
Buffy.
whole Buffy series on DVD.
And we never look at it. It's in the box.
Never look at it because I could watch it on streaming
when you
services,
bought it, you
but whatever.
didn't have the
Back in
streaming
those days, it didn't. There was no
Right,
such
Randy?
thing.
Mystery Science Theater is the best.
Mystery Science Theater. Who
We love
Randy
it.
knows of Mystery Science?
Yeah, I mentioned that we watch it on Pluto.
Mystery Science Theater and Riff Tracks. The boys are still doing
Oh my
amazing
God.
work.
The Circle, Sheila said. What's that? I don't know what that is.
The Circle.
I don't think I've
I'm
ever
not
heard
sure.
of it.
I'm not sure I know of that. You don't mean The Ring. Now The Ring I know, but not The
The
Circle.
Ring is scary.
The Ring is scary, but there's the Japanese version and there's the American version, and both are
that's what I
good.
wanted
That's
to
an
ask you.
example where both are really good.
That's what I wanted to ask you. What did you think? I remember we saw it on Central Avenue when it came out. We used to go to AMC there. The Blair Witch Project. Yeah, that was somebody started
Blair Witch
something.
Project
Wait, let
was
me say this. I'm gonna forget.
Hyper original.
Yes, it was original, and then people went after the.
Everybody copied it.
Oh, Shyamalan did, M. Night Shyamalan did that version, his version of The Assassination. Remember? What was it called?
What assassinate?
The assassination of the president.
Are you talking about Kennedy?
Yeah,
That's
he did.
Oliver Stone.
Oh, that was Oliver Stone. Forget I said anything.
Pay no attention to the woman sitting
I
next
forgot.
to me.
Well, Oliver Stone was another one that did his own version of things. And he has some movies
Yeah,
that are
this
good
is
and
Oliver
then
Stone.
that
Yeah,
are
well, Oliver Stone, yes,
same
is
way.
another person who has some movies that are good.
Yes, The
and some
Ring, she
movies
said.
not so good.
Not so good. All right,
Not
well,
so
anyway.
good.
Sheila said The Ring. Yeah, that's what she was talking
The Ring. And The Ring is also an example of a movie where actually the sequel was also pretty good. The sequel to The Ring, Ring 2, was really a pretty good movie.
I don't know what
As
that
long as you
is.
had no Naomi Watts in it, it was
The
good.
Alien episode from The Outer Limits was banned from TV because it's so scary for the kids. Really? I didn't know that.
But that was the original, that was the first,
And George
first
says,
episode.
I love Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee and Hammer Studios horror flicks. Do you know what that is?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, sure, Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee
That's right,
were in
Classy.
the old
JFK.
Hammer movies.
That's what it was. That's what it was called. JFK, Oliver Stone.
That's right. It was a Japanese
But
movie.
that was his
That's a
version.
rare. The Ring is actually a rare film where the original foreign version and the American version are both really good
The
movies.
Ring is a Japanese movie?
They're both really good movies. Not all the
No,
like
Joe, I didn't hear about that.
not
Texas
all of
Chainsaw is always scary, yeah.
the Texas Chainsaw
that was the original from the
Massacre.
50s or 60s or something, where it was like
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was made in 1970.
70.
or
Is that the one
73.
where they're walking in the, like it was all like kind of like
That's with
a
Leatherface.
handheld- Right, right. See, I don't like any of these things. I don't know them.
Toby Hooper's
I can't watch it.
team.
It's too scary.
They were very, very. It was like 300 degrees inside that house where they were filming that movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is also an example of a film where it seems to be very gory, but in fact, there's not a
No.
little drop of blood in the movie.
No, but
Basically, there's one drop of blood on a girl's finger.
But some of those movies are the worst, the scariest, right?
It's, you know,
Oh yes, Raven. We mentioned The Shining. Yes, that's how we
mentioned
started.
The Shining.
I think.
Like
But yes,
The Shining.
The Shining is one of Anthony's favorites. The book, right? And
Yes.
the movie. You like the movie too?
I do like the movie.
The ending was changed from the book.
Bubba Hotep. I never saw that, but I always loved the title. like an Elvis mummy.
Honey West,
Who mentioned that?
Bombigator. I'm sorry. Me too. I bought a
I
box set
remember
of
that.
Honey West. Never watched it. Laugh out loud.
That was
Danette,
a TV
are you
show.
more of a rom-com fan? I don't even know what that is. What is
Romantic comedies.
Oh, I don't know.
Actually, Danette isn't really.
I don't know. I like romantic comedies.
Danette likes romantic comedies in
But
the
you know
same
what
way that I
like?
do.
I like this. I'm so weird.
Some of them are good,
When we have to choose to go
some
to
of
a
them
movie,
not so good.
he wants to go to the scary movies and like the Avengers and stuff like that. Action movies that have to do with like comics and stuff. And I always say, Anthony, I want to go to the movies where it's about real stuff, like real family stuff and real. Not that that stuff isn't real,
We see,
but
we see,
I
we see
saying
plenty
it
of
right?
different kinds of movies.
am I saying it right? What do I usually like to go? Like family situations.
Dramas is what Danette is
dramas.
saying.
Yeah, like that's
Well,
what
we
I'm
see a
into.
lot of dramas.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. But I don't like scary movies, and I love the Seven Samurai. I love
Danette does
Kurosawa.
love that movie.
My mother was into that, and she used to watch it all the time, and I used to love watching that with her. Those are some
Dennis
great,
mother liked the movie
great-
Ran.
Rand is amazing.
Ran, no D.
Ran, I said.
Ran.
Yeah, pain in my ass. I haven't seen it in a long time. I also like old movies.
Oh, yes.
I love old movies.
Used to always watch, and back in the day, we always watched,
Turner
what is
Classic
it? Always
Movies.
watched Turner Classics. Always watched
We don't
that.
have it right now.
Movie that I liked that I saw in the theaters
Yeah,
was
I'm
Rock
like you,
of
Alicia.
Ages.
I don't like scary movies. It's like I feel uncomfortable. When I was a teenager, though, I watched them all the time with my friends. but-
Tin Men, I remember that film.
House of a Thousand Corpses. Oh,
I've heard the
yeah.
title, never saw the movie.
I remember that.
Turner Classics, Raven, Turner Classics.
Yeah, that's
Abbott
what
and
I
Costello
like. Real
and
life
Meet
stories.
Frankenstein.
Oh, it was
The best
based
part
on
of
the
that-
mass murder of Ed Gein. That's right. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Isn't that right?
A lot of movies wound up kind of like cannibalizing. I use that term facetiously here.
Panic Room. I forgot about that.
Wind
That
up
was scary.
cannibalizing the story, ironically, of Ed Gein. Psycho, Norman Bates is kind of based on Ed Gein. The family in Texas Chainsaw Massacre
That's your
kind of takes
all-time
things from Ed
favorite,
Gein.
Joseph Seven Samurai. I love that movie.
Seven Samurai is a great movie.
It is a great movie. You guys have to see
Rashomon
that.
is a great movie.
Rashomon, yeah, all of them. I remember when he passed away.
Yes, Frankenstein and the werewolf both appear in Abbott and
Sheila
Costello
wants to
Meet
know, do you remember
Frankenstein.
the same time next year with Alan Alda? That sounds familiar.
I do remember
I'm not
that
sure.
movie. I can't
Rob
remember who
Zombie
the
directed
female
House
lead
of a
was,
Thousand Corpses.
which is We Faces of Death. Oh, waitress, what's up? That was-
Frankenstein and the Werewolf.
Yes, real scenes of death.
Really? Terms of Endearment?
Not
was your last
really.
movie? Count Dracula, Faces of Death, Silence of the Lambs, and Games Influence.
Silence of the Lamb, great story. Silence of the Lamb's great story. Actually, read Silence of the Lambs. Saw the movie, read the book, liked them both. Very good. Love that. You all right, bud?
Yeah, I'm just getting hot again. The air goes on and
Want
off.
some,
No, I don't
cold
want
water? Want some cold water? Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox. I don't think that qualifies as a horror
wasn't
story
really
movie.
scary.
That doesn't qualify as a horror movie.
I mean, it could take your take on it, though. All right, so let me ask you this: Are we doing a recap of what we did this past month? So we did a lot of late night bites,
We did a lot of late
which,
night
by
bites.
the way, the
Does
response on that was amazing. When we went out at
You
night,
guys really liked us going out.
that was right after vacation. So we started the late night bites. We started going to places that we could pretty much do a video on each place, but instead, like, got a little bit of food here and there. So you guys still like that, because we could continue that. I know we still have to do Brooklyn and Staten Island. Hi, Marty.
We still
How
have
you
to
doing?
do Brooklyn and Staten Island.
Hi, Marty. How you doing? You're not gonna have nightmares tonight. No.
I don't have any
No
nightmares tonight. I don't know if you know this, but my power's running low.
I was shocked to learn
But
that
I come
Glenn
prepared.
Strode played Frankenstein and Abbott Costello meets Frankenstein.
He
He's
did.
the bartender in Gunsmoke. Oh, that's an interesting thing to know.
He did. Glenn Strange was.
Jay-Z said late night was perfect. Thank you.
You like the late nights? I am very glad.
I'm not gonna have nightmares tonight because I got my munchkin.
She has a munchkin with her.
LNB was great. LNB
Our
was
power
great. You liked
situation is
LNB?
rectified. The LMB, that was actually not a late night. That was when we went
He
out.
has to keep saying that.
It was
was
not a
in the
late night.
afternoon.
It doesn't. It was an afternoon, but that was an
that's
amazing
okay.
live stream. We had such a blast.
Yeah, we ended up in Eddie's, remember? And I kept
We
calling
ended up
it
in Eddie's Sweet Shop. Edie's over here, Miss Edie.
I don't know why I was calling it Edie's. I probably didn't have my glasses on. All those times we passed, I thought it was Edie's. I don't know. We used to go to that theater over there, and we used to pass there, and everybody would go in that ice cream shop. Everybody would be packed.
What's
Thanks,
planned
Wes.
for the
What's
for the
planned
month?
for this month? Oh God.
Thank you, Sam. Thanks for saying
thanks,
that.
Sam.
We really appreciate that. What do we have planned for this month? Well, we plan, but our plans are so fluid. Danette
We
is
plan, and then the
sometimes-
plan's over.
Danette is sometimes like she'll be working, and she's working also
got
on
my-
the list.
No, I'm not. I got my mind is going.
She's got her
constantly.
mind going.
Hey, I wanted to ask you guys and by the way, wait till you see what this is. But I want to ask you guys: did you notice the bubbles yesterday in the beginning? Did you notice the
Any of you who watched yesterday,
in the beginning
did you
of the
notice
video?
those early bubbles?
Did it look stupid? Oh, thanks, Raven. Oh, thank you, a waitress.
That's the that's
did
the
notice You did?
Jay-Z. Who was that? Jay-Z over
Yeah, I don't
here.
know what that
Jay-Z.
means.
That is the last line on
You
the
did, Myrna?
on
I didn't see the-
side
we didn't
one
see it
of the
yet.
album 2112. Let's see if I got that correct. Members of the
Are you leaving, a waitress? Someone say
Danette and
goodbye.
Anthony have assumed
Oh, off to
control.
work. Okay, take care. Have
Off to
have
work,
an
oh
easy
waitress.
shift.
Have an easy
Thanks
shift.
for stopping by. We
And thank you
appreciate it.
so much for stopping in. We love having you.
Anyway, I'm glad you guys saw the bubbles. That was my idea, and they went by so fast. It was hitting the camera. It was very
Rush.
windy, and you love the song. I love that song. I play it all the time now lately. From
Summer
Redbone.
breeze.
From
Not
Redbone.
wrong song.
Like
Come and
Summer
get
Breeze.
your
Your
love.
love.
One day she was like playing the song over and over
What's the
again,
matter if you feel what you feel
and I said, "You got to be out of your mind, Danette. You're losing your marbles here.
It's a great song.
You're losing your marbles. It's
Oh, come
over."
on, who doesn't love that song? The flasher in the
Thank you,
Chinese
Dolly.
restaurant was scary. Yeah, what?
The flasher in the Chinese
Oh my
restaurant scared the
God.
shit
Hey,
out
what
of
you
me.
don't know about that is this. I never realized that I never told anyone. It looked like it was just him and one other person. There was like a table of 7.
Yeah.
And
so
the
your table,
wife,
table is
his
7.
wife, was the instigator. Really, she was the instigator, and she was saying something to me like when I said, "Yeah, just go, leave." I said, "Leave." I actually was talking to her, not to him, the guy that flashed. I was actually talking to the girl. Exactly, red bone, amen. Exactly. Do you want anything else, Aunt?
Just a glass of water, ice water. Lots of ice.
No,
And
I'm
actually,
done,
make
thank
it
you.
2 because she needs some ice water too.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my friend. Be right back.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I've Jay-Z. I've seen like every version. I had to see every version of it.
Oh, of the song?
Love,
There's a lot of versions of that
I love when they
song.
play it live. That's the one I played yesterday. When in the beginning they're like doing the little dance, and you could hear them doing like the
Native American,
chant. I love that. Lady with a fan.
Who's a lady with a fan?
What is Dolly saying? She wants to meet Sonia. Sonia is the best. Sonia has a heart of gold. If you
Sonia
ever did
is,
meet, if you ever
is
did
nice,
meet
is a wonderful
Sonia,
person.
you would be richer for it. And I don't mean money.
Randy, the scariest thing you'll ever hear me singing opera in the shower.
I bet you sound great.
that might-
And if you are really singing opera, I know you're joking. What would it be? What opera?
Oh, solo me.
That's not an opera.
It's not an opera, but thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thanks. Anthony, remember the cronut case guy? Oh yeah.
Oh, the
When
cronut
I
guy.
watched that back, I think he just didn't want the camera in his face. Aunt.
I don't. I think he was. I think he was a little bit upset. He didn't want the cat. Rigoletto, I think. Rigoletto, yes. I think Randy is the Rigoletto guy. The tragic clown.
That's funny.
The tragic clown. That's Randy. Randy wants to hear it from the tragic clown.
Time after time. Oh, Myrna said she
Was a
commented
girl.
on the bubbles. We didn't watch it back yet. The
You
chat
did?
didn't come up until like the afternoon or something.
We didn't watch it. Yeah, we
But
haven't
we'll
watched
watch
it
it.
back yet. We are watching it back because, as I said,
You're welcome, Sonia.
we
It's
watch
just
all
the
of these
truth.
back.
You're a
and
great
we look
person,
at,
Sonia.
we look at the chat. We sit there on the couch with it playing on the TV, looking at our phones, watching the chat,
He was a
and looking
grump.
at the television, watching the chat, look at the television. Oh, look what that person said.
Yeah,
look
and
at
then
the
like
thing.
I'm like I didn't know they
And then,
said
like-
that, and I wish
and
I
like
saw
s-
that.
And
Person.
like I said, the only time that gets a little rough rock is when it's one of those 4-hour videos. And
Oh yeah, I'm like I don't want to watch.
I'm
it.
like, how much more can I see
You
my
guys
face?
watch us like all the way through, like over again or whatever. You guys rock. Let me tell you,
Cheers, guys.
Madam Butterfly. Didn't
Madam
we see
Butterfly.
that on we saw that in
We saw
Lincoln
the
Center, didn't
Lincoln
we?
Center. We saw the actual opera, Madam Butterfly. We
Yes.
did.
Do you
We
remember
saw
who
the
starred
actual
in it?
opera.
Because I don't remember.
And we also saw at Lincoln Center the Magic Flute,
Oh, that was
which
amazing.
has
the
like
Magic
some
Flute.
like amazing.
But my
set
all-time
pieces.
favorite, of course, is
What, La Boheme.
La Boheme. Yep.
She likes La Boheme.
I love La Boheme. I love Rent.
So did her mother. Her mother
Rent
loved La
is my
Boheme.
favorite. Well,
She likes Rent based, loosely based on La
Yes.
Boheme. She likes that. She liked that. You know, she likes that.
Madam
that
Butterfly is
opera.
good. Did you ever go to the drive-through near your house years ago? No, we never did. Triple G. He knows
Which
where.
drive-through? Oh, the
Where I live,
drive-in
where we
theater.
lived. Yeah, not far from where we
I
lived.
never went to the drive-in theater, but we did
No.
stand up. My mother, when I was a little boy, did take us up on the roof of the building,
Really?
and we took out my telescope and like watched the movie at the
Aw,
drive-in
thanks,
theater from the
Sam.
roof.
Thank you.
What did
Hi,
Sam say?
Radium. How you doing? I wish I could leave you both 1,000 likes. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, that does sound cool. And
Radium just arrived. Say hello, Radium.
Rady,
didn't
how you
see.
doing? Rady, how you
How you
there?
doing? How you doing?
La Boheme
Yes,
and La
La
Traviata.
Traviata. That was
Another
my
good
mother's
one.
favorite. too. Remember La Traviata?
Yes.
That was her favorite. Did we ever see that? I don't remember.
I don't know if we saw La Traviata in
We're
person.
in Queens right now.
We
right?
saw Carmen in person.
Carmen
that
was
was another
good,
one.
too.
We saw The Marriage of Figaro, which
That was kind of
actually
fun.
I
Was
liked
that the
That was
fun
fun
one? That
because
was
it was
like
a comedy.
comedy, yeah,
it was a
that was
comedy.
good.
It's a
Is
comedy.
that
It's
the last one we
Mozart's
saw?
comedy.
Well, I love Mozart, so there you go.
It's a comedy.
I used to sing Mozart in college. I actually joined for fun, not for credits. For fun, I joined and sang Mozart. I was a soprano.
Thank you so much for saying that, Rady. Danette did
Oh,
see.
thank
Danette
you.
sang
Randy
for
said,
fun.
"Oh my God, we used to go to drive-ins all the time. Bought our own food and drinks. I don't know why we never went. There is a drive-through
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not far from us, and there's that one in New Hampshire.
Yeah,
So
there are drive-throughs. They still exist.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they made a comeback because
Take
of
care,
the
George. Bye, Georgie. Thanks for
George.
stopping
Thank you so
by.
much for being
We
here.
always love you
George
here.
Lopez.
Take
He is
care.
the man. He is the funny man. We love having him here.
Yes. We love having everyone here.
We love having all
Have a
of you
good
guys
night.
here.
Oh, I love Amadeus, Stephen. Oh my God, I love
Danette's a
Amadeus.
huge fan of Amadeus.
Yes, and I love
Great.
that actor. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Who,
He'll
Tom
remember.
Hulse?
Yeah, I like
who played,
Tom Hulse. Yeah.
who
Wolfgang
played
Amadeus,
Mozart?
yeah. Mhm.
Tom Hulse.
He was
Tom
funny.
Hulse is
He
a
had a
good
funny
actor.
laugh.
Tom Hulse has also had a second career as a producer.
Fancy.
Later in
What
life,
pro- what-
as
like
a
what?
producer of film and
Now this
theater.
is nice and cold. Look at that. What? But what? Give me an example.
He's done a lot of things.
Tom Hulse, I like him.
He was the producer of some documentaries. One recent one we saw the documentary about the anniversary of Spring Awakening on Broadway.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Tom Hulse was one of the producers of
I
that.
forgot.
And he was one of the directors. Cheers.
Cheers. Anthony, Dolly wants to know, did we see the movie After Hours?
A long time ago, yeah.
I don't remember it.
Don't hold me to even remembering what it's about.
George
to tell you
says
the
every
truth,
New
but
Year
I do
on-
know what movie you mean.
George says every New Year on PBS they have Johann Strauss from Vienna, Austria special concert. Oh, really? I have to check that out. And Sheila absolutely loves the movie After Hours.
You love After Hours? I do remember the movie, but I just can't remember the plot points of the film. It's feels so long ago. Sometimes it's hard to remember things you saw a long time ago, and sometimes it's easy. Did you ever notice that? Anybody else have that feeling that there's certain things that made massive impression on you and they stick in your memory? And then there's other things you can remember them,
It's an artsy-
but you can't remember the full details of them.
I don't remember
Yes,
it at all.
1985,
Sam said it was an
After
artsy
Hours.
kind of movie, an artsy kind of horror movie in New York City. Now I'm interested in checking that out. Here's looking up your old address. What does that mean, Jay-Z? I don't know what that means. Randy is a wild, wild man. We can't control him. All right. Also remember Neighbors with John Belushi. Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, it was a Scorsese picture. It's one of Scorsese's lesser-known films. He obviously didn't do a hell of a lot of comedies. That's one of them.
Joseph Minion. The film followed
You could argue also that
Oh, I have to check that
King
out,
of
Dolly.
Comedy
Yeah.
is a comedy.
Sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. It's a toast? Oh, it's a toast? As he experiences a series of misadventures while making his way home from New York City's Soho District during the night after hours. Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
really familiar.
Yeah, it is. That is exactly the
remember it
synopsis
then?
of the film. I do remember the film, and that's what I was going to say. I couldn't remember who the actor was.
Oh, wow,
that was
Triple
in it.
G. Your sister went to St.
I
Catherine's?
couldn't
Wow,
remember
I didn't
the
know
actor,
that.
but I thought it was that
We're
actor.
gonna have to talk on
I
the
knew
side.
it was a Scorsese film.
Oh, Ian has After Hours on DVD. It took place in the East Village on Spring Street.
Mm-hmm.
Triple G, you missed all the places we went to in the Bronx. We went to, well, you could see it on the thumbnail. We went to Louis and Ernie's, and we went to Crosby Pizza because we
Crosby
had to
Pizza,
show
stop. with the stop
Yes,
sign on
we
the
had
sign.
to show the Sicilian, which is round, obviously.
We visited
You know where we went,
Pelham
Triple
Bay
G?
Park,
Wait, we started in, you're gonna love this,
Frank B's.
Frank B's, and they kind of shushed us out the door.
5-cent and $1 store.
That's right.
They said they closed Frank B's,
They don't
which on
change,
the
Triple G.
door,
They don't change.
They don't change. Human being wise, they don't change.
Exactly.
On the
And
door,
floor-wise.
on the door, it says they close at 6 p.m. And
Oh,
at
Roseanne,
5:11, the people came out and were like, "Are you guys leaving yet? Cause we gotta leave.
And we were the only ones in there.
We gotta get out of here. You gotta leave." Oh, come on. You can't leave us here to walk around for like one. It was a good thing Danette had finished the grand
Dolly,
tour.
I'm gonna check that out when we get home because I feel like I know it, the name, but I don't remember the movie.
What movie is
The
that?
After
After
Hours.
Hours? I remember the film. Actually, that film is actually listed in another Danny Perry book. I mentioned the Danny Perry book, Alternate Oscars. There's another book that he
Yeah,
wrote.
they said they threw us out of the store and they were open for like another 45 minutes to an hour.
Danny
But that's
Perry
the way they
has a-
always were, Myrna. When we were kids, we used to be afraid to go in there. You'd have to go in groups because the old man used to yell at you.
this one.
It's the truth. Triple G, I know you've been in there. You have to tell if I'm telling the truth. He would know, the guy who owned it would know where you were because the floors were like 500 years
The
old.
guy stalked-
And
yeah,
when you
stalked you,
moved,
he did,
it would
actually.
crickle. But then he doesn't realize
Yeah,
that we
the
heard him
cracking
too.
and the creaking of
when
the
he was walking
floors.
towards us, we'd go the other way. It's not like we were doing anything wrong. We would buy things. My mother would send me in there for stuff. Go ahead.
Danny Perry has another book, not the alternate Oscar book. Danny Perry has another book called Must
Yes, the
Watch.
old man. See, there he is. I'm sorry, Aunt.
You could have waited until
No, I
I'm
couldn't.
done. It's like 3
Because he
more
said,
sentences.
remember the old man. That's what I'm talking about, the old man. And there was old women in there, too.
The old man
Look at
and the
it.
old women. On Tremont Avenue, I'm gonna take a no. I'm gonna
I
finish
think
my
I will,
story.
Dolly. I think
Then
I
I'll
will,
take a
'cause the name
sidebar.
sounds too familiar.
I'll take a
Go ahead.
sidebar. Danny Perry had another book which I still have. It's so old, it's like basically about to turn to dust. And the other book is a book called Must See Movies. And if you wanted to buy it, I
but you
don't
bought
advise
this
you to
book a
do it.
long time ago.
I
It's
don't
not up to
advise you to
date.
do it. It's like probably the paperback version is
Yeah,
like,
but it's not
like
up to date.
$75
What
on
year did it go up to?
Recall.
Because you've been reading that for
Yes,
years.
it's must see movies, but it's basically
if they have an
his
updated
list
version.
of like couple of thousand movies that he thought that you should see. Like, not necessarily the best movies, but movies you should see as a person that appreciates films. So, After Hours is a movie that's in that book. That was it. That's all I had to say.
Okay.
And then you could have told the whole Frank B thing without interrupting me endlessly.
Are you going to talk about your Knicks soon, or some other baseball or basketball thing?
I'm gonna talk about the Knicks. Who's in the house? Who's that? Matt C? How you doing, Matt?
Hi, Matt. How you doing? Let's go, Matt. That store is
Welcome
a
back.
scary movie. If you were a kid growing up in
The
Throgs Neck,
store
you know
is
about
friggin'
it.
frightening.
Matt is back.
Let me tell you, there were a lot of places in Tremont Avenue that had the old man, the old lady, the old
Yes,
everything.
Uncle Bill does know. They're very nice to us
Bill
here.
knows.
They're very nice waiters. These two waiters who run this
These guys
place
rock
at
and
night,
roll.
They're the best. You gotta
It's
win tonight?
amazing.
Yes, they gotta win.
There were a lot
What
of
were you gonna
people
say about Throgs Neck?
in Throgs Neck that had
Raven wants to know.
like a lot of old men, a lot of old ladies.
It's okay.
You know which place? The place that closed that's now the sushi joint, old Louis Seafood.
Louis Seafood.
Everybody remembers Louis Seafood. And what was anybody that lived in the Bronx? What was the thing you remember about Louis Seafood? Louis Seafood had those
Great,
tables
Owen.
in the
Glad
middle.
you're still here.
Oh, and it's great to see you still in the house. Louis Seafood had those tables in the middle of the
Yes.
restaurant where the wives, the old wives and mothers of the wives and mothers of the husbands of the
family, in other
husbands of the
words.
wives, they would all sit there, and no regular customers could sit there.
No, that's
and
where the
you'd be eating
family
your
was.
dinner, you'd be eating your plate of pasta or having a slice of pizza or having like seafood at the seafood restaurant. You'd be having your shrimp scampi, and you'd look up and you'd see a woman with a bouffant hairdo looking at you like this. And I could get enough of that at my house when my mother was home.
Oh my God, Aunt.
They're staring at you. They're giving you the evil eye while you're eating. They're trying to give you the maloik.
There's no Maloik.
They're giving you the maloik.
Anthony, you're
I'm
jogging,
jogging
my
memories.
memories.
Remember those ladies? Bouffant. The bouffant hairdo. They got the
Anyway,
beehive
it was
hairdos.
a family affair in that
It was a
place.
family affair.
But I remember when I was
That's
a
the
kid.
restaurant where I went in there one time, and one of the
plus.
one of the old timey waiters in there said, "Oh, you come here all the time, don't you? I've been seeing you a lot with that lady that you come in to eat with." That lady, I said, "That's no lady, that's my wife." Oh, you mean my wife?
Couldn't help yourself, huh? You had to do it. You couldn't help yourself. Wise ass.
He actually said those words. You've been coming here a long time. I always see you with
Really,
that lady.
Marty? Oh, eyes wide shut. That was scary too.
That's not a scary
Yeah, it
movie.
was
Eyes
kind
Wide
of
Shut.
gross.
That's a different kind of scary.
The scariest story I've ever heard yet tonight.
Which one?
That's what Classy says.
The scariest story tonight was the old ladies looking at you while you're trying to eat your shrimp scampi.
It's true. When we were kids,
They
and-
stare at
When we
you.
were kids and we had like in St. Benedict's, like if you were in a club or if you were in the bowling club, if you're in the what was the bowling alley name? Do you remember Triple G or any of you from
Fiesta
the
Bowl?
Fiesta Bowl. We used to have our pizza parties at Louis Seafood. They had good
I'm
pizza.
gonna ask you a question. That was Fiesta
I
Bowl.
love Fiesta.
What was the name of that creepy bowling alley we went to, where like I threw the ball
Oh,
backwards?
it was on-
that
it was-
place that had
it was
the
on-
they.
I know, would
I
you
would
let me
say
tell
they were
you?
like not
It was like
regulation size
No, it was
alleys.
because it wasn't part of a bar, but the bar was in the front, and in the back was the bowling alley. It was off Pelham Bay. No, it was off.
Pelham Bay Park.
It was the name of the. It was called
Pelham
it was
Parkway.
Pelham Parkway, and it was off Leidig or something. And the name of the place was something Lanes. It was the name of the street. Don't you remember? We used to go there all the time.
Yeah, something
What's the name
lanes.
street? Something Lanes. It was the name of the street. Like starts with an A, I think. Like A Lanes or something. Not Gun Hill Post Road. No, I know where that is.
Astor Lanes. That's
That's it. Astor.
Astor
See, Triple
Bowl.
G knows.
Yeah,
Astor,
Astor
Bowl.
Bowl.
That's what it was called.
Astor Bowl,
place was
Astor
cool.
Lane. That was the place. They had the like. Danette pointed out to me. These were the early
is
days
rude,
of
you're
my
right,
bowling.
Chris.
Danette pointed out to me that these were not regulation length bowling alleys.
No, they were
it was
shorter.
it was shorter, and the guy
There was
would
only
like
like
put.
4 or
You know
5
how
of
they're
them.
supposed to put that? They're supposed to oil the freaking lanes, and they didn't quite get it right. You could tell.
Funky basement bowling alley.
It was a basement bowling alley.
No,
You'd
in
throw the
Parkchester,
ball.
Stephen's saying. Good.
You'd throw the ball in the Astor lanes, and it would look like oh, I got a strike, and then the ball would go like that.
Let me let
Off to
you in
the-
a little secret, honey. That was you. You had a left
No,
curve.
that wasn't
You had
the
a little
curve.
Yes, you
It happened to
did.
you too in
No,
that
it didn't,
place.
because I didn't have
He
a
said, "Why
curve."
is that big patch of dryness right up in the front? It'd be like a pool,
Because they didn't
pool of
clean
grease
it.
right here,
They didn't
and then
have the-
15 feet
with
down
the
the lane, there's a patch of
hands.
dry."
Anthony, they had in real regulated bowling alleys, they had the machine that would go up and down the lane.
Oh, that machine
But
that
this
goes.
wasn't regulated, and they didn't clean it right.
Yeah, they didn't give a damn. That was when I was first ever bowled, and I didn't have my own bowling ball, so I used the ball they had sitting there, and I went like this, like
Wait a minute,
the
Raven,
ball,
your
and
father
threw the
had a
ball at the
second
net,
deli?
and
What
she
was it
dodged
called?
it.
Wow, Raven had his father had a second deli. She never
In
told us that. I
Parkchester?
don't think. By the way, just fun fact, we happen to be right next door to the Whitestone Lanes. We're in Whitestone, Queens right now. And the Whitestone Lanes here have been around for millions of years, and they have the midnight bowl where the lights go down and it's dark. And it's really cool there.
The bowling alley, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it, and the building itself looks like it's 10,000 years
The
old.
guy in there that runs the bowling shop is one of the professional bowlers from, like, when they win the, on TV and all that. He's one of the best bowling.
He's the guy that drilled our ball.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still in there now. We haven't been there in a couple of years, but
Pete's Pro Shop or something like that.
there was a fantastic Chinese restaurant on the corner in Parkchester.
Why would you throw a bowling ball at anyone? It was an accident, Classy. It wasn't intentional.
He went like this.
I went like that, and it went whoa, and then that dodged
I was like,
it.
everybody duck! Oh my God. Dolly, you
Live
don't
bowling
know.
show. Danette has that idea that we take you to
Andy's
the bowling
Deli
alley
and La Decina.
one
I don't
time,
remember anything
someday,
called Andy's.
right?
What?
Dolly said a live bowling show, and I said Danette has that idea, like that we take
Yeah, I
you
was
guys
thinking
bowling
that.
one day
Maybe we should go to the midnight.
because it
one.
was greasy. We should go to the midnight bowl.
You
rock
did,
and
Sheila? Isn't
bowl.
it fun at night?
That's a bowling alley story. Actually, bowling alley story was Brunswick Bowl. Remember Brunswick
Brunswick.
up on Central Avenue
Yes.
in Yonkers, I guess.
Wow, they're still there.
Yonkers.
They have two.
No, they're not.
Wait, Brunswick. You mean? Wait a minute.
Not
Not
Brunswick.
Yonkers. You mean White Plains?
White Plains Bowl is still
Where's
there.
Brunswick?
Brunswick was the place that then it became a couch factory. Remember the place where the guy wanted to know if I wanted that cloth, the Ballad Shine?
Oh yeah.
That's the place
no,
that
is it
isn't
still
there anymore.
I don't know.
Of course, it's not there anymore.
Oh, I forgot.
That's the place that went
actually,
out of
we
business.
joined-
That
we-
was Brunswick.
Didn't we join a thing or a
That
friends
was where
were
we were in the league. We were in a league, in a bowling league.
Well, I was in
it was
the league
like a
at
half
Fiesta as a
amateur
kid.
league.
Yeah, no.
It was a
joke.
half amateur league at Brunswick Bowl.
I forgot about that place. You just
So
jogged
they
my
had
memory.
they had league bowling at Brunswick,
I
and it
remember
was full of
Zorro's.
not so
I don't
good
remember Andy's.
bowlers. It was the not so good bowling league. So let me tell you, at this bowling place, me and
Fucking
Danette
go.
used to go there all the time to Brunswick. It was on Central Avenue in Yonkers, in Scarsdale. That's what it was. It was like Scarsdale,
Yeah, it was right
part
on
of
Central
Yonkers.
Avenue.
So we're on Central Avenue, and we used to go bowling there. Remember?
Yes, I do. I do remember.
On Central Avenue, we went there, and it was half amateur bowling. That's
You
what
know,
it
there
was.
was bowling in New Hampshire, but
Hugh J. Grant Circle. That's right. Ian remembers that too. Ian does remember that. Hugh J. Grant
no,
Circle.
he's talking about the.
Oh, that's where the place was
where
at Parkchester.
No,
That's right.
No, he's talking about Raven's father's second store is called Adam's Deli, and it's across from Zorro's. We used to go to Zorro's.
Yeah,
all the
Zorro's
time.
in Hugh Grant's.
Yes.
Hugh Grant Circle. Now there was a
Classy, you went to Whitestone Lanes near Adventureland? Yes. Do you remember Adventureland when you were a kid? I used to remember when we used to live in the Bronx.
It's
we
not
used to
too
go
far
over
from
the
where we're
bridge,
sitting right
and
now.
It's right there. It's right there across from Whitestone. That's where we
Yes.
are. So you know where we are then.
Adventureland is where the some of those stores are, or where the movie theater
Yeah,
is
now
now.
it's a movie theater, and there's a lot of space there. When I was a kid,
The
we used to
National
love going
Amusements
there.
movie theater. So anyway, there was the bowling midnight. They had midnight
$2.25.
bowling at Brunswick. Remember, Brunswick used to be open late, and Danette and I would go
Yes.
there, and we would spend a lot of time together. We went and bowled. Danette had her own bowling ball. She was a long time
'Cause I was in
bowler.
the Fiesta
She was
League.
good. She was good. I was still learning, but I had gotten a ball, and we were in a league. We were bowling at Brunswick, so we'd go there and we'd play sometimes just for the hell of it.
Midnight bowling competition.
And I did not have one of those sacks you use to polish your ball like this, like that you could put inside of your bowling bag
have a
carrier.
machine, too,
They
that
had a
cleans
machine to
ball.
polish it, so they had a
Oh,
thing,
is that what
and
you're
it's called a
telling now? I get it.
Valashine.
Oh my God, I never
thing
let,
is called
I
a
never let
Valashine.
it down. Good.
So there was a really crabby guy who worked behind the counter at the bowling alley. He was very crabby. He always had an expression like this. You ever see a guy who has an expression? He looks like he's about to like go to the bathroom in his pants, but he can't quite. But he's holding it in like.
It's like you don't ask him any questions.
I
Like
don't want to
Anthony
be
went and
asked any
asked.
questions. He asked the question. I said, and Danette was very frustrated with me
I was
because
very
I was
frustrated.
timid. I was timid in
No,
those
you wouldn't
days.
ask any questions.
I
Like,
didn't want to
Anthony,
ask
go
a
up and
question.
ask.
I don't know. You said Danette goes.
I was so
It's
pissed
called
at him.
according to this. It's called. She said on the side of the cloth that she had. She said it's called a Valashine. So she said. I
No,
said.
let
well, what-
me. You're not remembering. So I went up to the front and I was gonna ask him if he had any. And the guy was talking to another guy, so I couldn't interrupt him, right? And in this case, let me just tell the story. In this case, that turns where you can buy like the chalk to go like this with your hands to dry them.
the rosin bag.
Right,
yeah.
right, exactly. Well, they had two of them, but one of them was the one he wanted, and it was in red, and it said on it Valashine. So when I went back to Anthony, I was like, "Look, I'm not going up there again. You go up there and you ask." I said, and he's like, "Well, what am I supposed
What
to
am I
ask?"
supposed to do?
And I said, "Anthony, ask him for one red Valashine."
One red Valashine.
So what did
So
he
I
do?
walked up to the thing and I said, "Could I have a red Valashine? I need one red Valashine." And the guy looks at me like that with that expression, like he's going in his pants, and he looks at me like this and he goes, "A Valashine? What the heck is that? What the heck is a Valashine?" And I go, like one of those things, the bag that you put the ball. Oh, you mean a ball? Oh, you mean a rag to wipe your ball? Why didn't you say that? Why? You mean a rag to wipe your ball with? Yeah. Why didn't you just ask for that?
So wait, so Anthony comes back and
I
he's
went like
telling
this. I
me-
basically did what Danette usually does. I said, "Well, I asked him for a Valashine, and you know what I got? You want a bag to wipe your balls with."
So I said, "Anthony, you didn't really go up there and say one red Valashine." He goes, "That's what you told me to
"That's
say."
what you told
I was
me
like,
to
"You
say."
idiot. I didn't
You said,
mean to go up
"Listen,
there and
just go
say."
over there and say, I want one red Valashine."
It's like, oh my God, I can't believe you told that guy that. Why didn't you just point to the thing in the
Oh, you
case?
just mean you want a rag to wipe your balls.
That is God's honest, true story. Till this day, after all these years, we were dating, we weren't even married yet. I was over 30 years ago. I still say, Anthony, why did you say one red Valashine? Like,
Because you told me to say it.
Anthony, he's grown up
She
since then.
told me to say it. She told me to say, I asked for one red Valashine. What do you
Like,
want me to call
what?
it?
What's
One
a
red kick in the ass?
What do you
What do you
say?
want me to
What's a
call it?
Valashine? What do you say?
A Valashine? What's that? I said, one of those things. And I pointed at it, and he goes, oh, you mean you want a rag to wipe your balls with?
Towel.
Ball towel. Yeah. And he
God,
hands it to
Heather.
me, and I hand him over the $10 or whatever the shit it
He just
cost.
couldn't wait to get away from them.
And I couldn't wait to get away from there. And every time I went to rent freaking shoes from the guy, it was about that. That was the end. I was like, I can't ask this guy for any more shoes.
Aren't you
'cause
grateful it wasn't a-
He's just looking at me and thinking of ball rags.
Yeah, but aren't you glad it wasn't blue instead of red?
Give me one blue ball rag.
Why do our stories seem like they're made up when in fact this is what shit happens to
No,
us?
that
Why?
one's like
Do you
Danette
guys
always
have
says.
these same stories? Like, there's
Danette
gotta
always
be one
says,
of you at
"Are you
least
gonna
that
run
has
it?"
these things.
Danette every once in a while will say, "Are you gonna run out of stories to tell?" And I say there's gonna be something for me to talk about that's gonna happen tomorrow.
Anthony, I always tell you, people would never believe the shit that you
I was
talk
just
about.
reminded about
Because of
that
the bowling
randomly
alley.
because you mentioned bowling alleys next door. I don't have any
forgot
White
about
Stone
that.
Bowl stories, although actually maybe I do. I might have a White Stone Bowl story. The pole. I could hear
pole
the pole
story.
stories for days. And
Oh my
laugh.
gosh.
Oh, my pole? You mean the pole that I
Your
used?
mother.
But the pole my mother
Your mother
used
came
to
home with a
hold the
PVC
pipe. Where she got PVC
First of all,
pipe
she was
from,
like
I
4
have
feet
no
tall.
idea.
Can you
I
see
could
her
just picture her
walking through the
walking. She was
streets?
about 4 feet
Right
tall.
on freaking
She was
Tremont Avenue.
yeah, I remember.
Maybe
Like
she went
Myrna
to the-
said,
what was the
kneecap
name?
level. Myrna knows, kneecap level woman. That was my mother. Yeah, I could just see her walking down the street with a 9-foot long pipe under her arm.
Dolly. It's weird.
In Chinese slippers.
Chinese
In
slippers.
kung fu shoes. She's using the PVC pipe to beat off
And
bandits.
meanwhile, she's stopping you and telling you to run downstairs to get hot dogs from the hot dog.
Hot dog man.
When Anthony told me that story, my mouth was open. I was like, what?
I was my way of
We
looking
didn't
at
live
it
that
was.
far away from each
I mean,
other.
nobody did that. Nobody else just ran downstairs and grabbed the passing hot dog man and ordered 6 or 7
you
hot
had
dogs
neighbors
from him.
on left and right and across the street. Now, did you ever see anybody else run downstairs and get hot dogs?
No. But you mean nobody else ever did that? Nobody else ever sent
No.
was sent downstairs by their mother to pick up the
And what'd you
half a
do?
dozen
You took
hot
the
dogs.
$5 bill and went running.
I took my $5 bill and went running downstairs. It might have been
Hi,
it
Jack.
might have been
Great to
so
see
long
you.
ago that maybe it was just $1. I don't even know how much they cost back then. I'm running down the street with my dollar.
And Jack said, hi guys, just getting here. The first thing I hear is a bull rag. Well, now you got my attention.
Yes. Danette once told me to go and ask the guy at the bowling alley to give me a
Slippers,
Valashine.
Marilyn.
To give him a Val.
Because
Give
you got
me a
me so mad. I was
Valashine.
like, just go over there and ask him. Why can't you ask him?
Jack, let me tell you, when you ask a guy at the bowling alley for a Valashine, he doesn't know what the F that is.
He works there, and that's what it's
He
called
doesn't know what it is.
in the
He
cabinet.
just says, he just goes like this. Oh, you want a ball to wipe your bag to wipe your balls
Oh, this
with.
thing? Wait, I just bought this. Hold on.
Danette wants to tell you about her thing that she
No,
bought.
I don't. I have to try it. Like, so I wish that Ron was here, but he'll see
I wish
it.
my brother Ron was
I
here.
don't have a brother Ron. Okay,
I
look.
know. That's a
So
joke.
this is supposed to be a thing that holds your glasses.
That's a touchy joke.
Oh, I don't know. What was the other thing? Oh, what was the other thing we told them that was funny? What's the other story?
There was another story?
Oh, by the way, we didn't live that far from each other, and you and I had 2 very different freaking childhoods,
Oh,
and
yes.
2 different worlds where you lived and where I lived, and yet we didn't.
She lived in the country
No,
behind the
that's not what I
cemetery.
mean. I mean our families were different. Okay, how does
Different
this work?
people.
Is that how it works? Okay. So now I won't lose them anymore. Wait a minute. What the hell? Wait, where does this go? Behind your ear? Hold on. How does that work? I don't understand. How does that work? Hold on. Oh, it feels weird though. It feels like it's still gonna fall off. Like it's like behind here. Are you laughing? at
Is
me?
it supposed to be tighter? Like it's supposed to hold
I
your
don't
glasses
know, it's
on?
weird.
Like a pair of goggles?
These are good for when I'm. See now, look. What? All right, watch this. You ready? I'm taking them off.
I
Now
only
look.
use my ears to
Now
hold
look,
my
look.
glasses on.
I have to go like this, and go like this. Like this isn't gonna work. It's like I can't.
Don't you know
can't.
you're supposed to get
You
one
know
of
when
those
I get
chains
hot.
like a librarian has?
But it's the same. Isn't it the same thing? Oh no, maybe it's supposed to go up here. Oh wait a minute. Is it supposed to go all the way up here?
Move those clips over to where you put them on the earpieces.
This is the earpiece, right? Look. See, this is the earpiece.
It's the clip. Classy, we need you here right now to actually physically do it.
I don't understand. Here, you try it. You got glasses. Here, try it. See what you
Oh,
see.
Jesus Christ.
I already want to throw them out.
You mean these things?
I guess I could try and find the ones with the chain.
You gotta
Haven't
get the
laughed
one
this
with the
much since
chain.
high school, Raven.
High school.
Wait, move those clips over to where you put them on the earpieces.
These things?
Yeah, then he fix it. Come on, give me some Valashine.
Are you nuts? These don't look like they could move.
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. You mean this thing? Wait.
Well,
To
those
make
are
it
the only
wider?
clips.
Oh, okay. So you move one side.
Oh,
This is to make it.
here we
tight.
go. Science, folks. Science. This
What?
could be it.
Wait.
Thank you, Classy. Thank you for your advice.
Wait a minute.
Or are the clips to shorten the chain?
Oh,
there you
wait,
go.
was it too long?
Classy, we
Is that
don't
what it
know.
was?
We actually don't know.
Hold on. Was it too long?
Is that like one of them chokies like
Okay,
people
okay,
used to
so
have
it
in,
doubles up to
in
make
the
it
80s?
smaller. But now how do you do it? Okay, let me try it now. Hold on. Okay, so you put this here.
No tail adjustable. I think they're just supposed to hold the glasses on your face. Like goggles. Like this.
No. Then what's all
Like
this
that.
gonna go? That don't make any sense.
Look, they're called chums.
All right, watch. It's just making it shorter. I don't understand. And then how do you like this is annoying right here because this has to
She
go
thinks
in
that's
the, look,
annoying.
This has to go in the back of your ear. So
You're
watch
much
what you're
better off
doing.
with the librarian
Well, look,
chain,
look what you're
Classy
doing.
says.
If you put it here,
Look at
it's behind your ear. That doesn't make any sense.
Look at this chick.
Essentially, it's not even on. See? Look, it came out. All right, I don't like them.
Don't like them?
Can't.
Might have to bring these back.
I'm not bringing it
Hey,
back.
folks, don't get chums.
It was $10. Does anybody want it?
Are they
I'll send it to
$10?
you.
Does anybody want chums?
Anthony, you want to try it? You got glasses. Well, you don't take yours off. That's the thing.
I don't take mine off.
Since
let's see. How does this work?
1983.
Yeah, I want to look like a jerk. Let me put them on.
Oh, were you saying I look like a jerk? On to plan B. Exactly, Sheila. Wait, Jack Rab says it's also good for catching pieces of food that falls from your mouth. I speak from experience. Oh my God.
All right. Yeah.
You're so much better off with the librarian chain. Better off with the librarian chain. Why does it fit you right? Wait, hold on.
Doesn't
hold on.
fit me right either.
Look, doesn't make any sense.